I said, plug me in. I got stuff to talk about, damn it. I'll crawl out of my earbuds once a week to give you a show. That's what I do, folks. I do this show for the common man, for the people in despair. I bring this show into the world and I sell it everywhere. The simple truth lies waiting here, folks, for all of you to share. Hold on, I will take you there. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear my voice? Because I'm talking directly into the microphone. I was told by my producer that I was not doing that several weeks in the past few weeks. And you know what I did, folks? I ignored her, because that's what you do with your producer. You just sit here and go, ha ha, that's awesome. And then you do whatever you want. And then you get letters from listeners going, hey, how come your voice keeps fucking dropping out? Oh, well, maybe you should write my producer and ask her. She's in charge of the tech stuff. And that's how I dodge any responsibility for anything that goes badly with the show. How's that work out? So now I'm sitting here, but it's weird, and I think I've talked about this on here before. And look, you guys, how boring is tech talk? Well, we're about to fucking find out, because that's what I'm going to do. Because I am sitting in front of the microphone, and it is just like it is straight up. Like if this was a porno, there would be spit strands coming off the microphone to my lips, and it would be the sexiest fucking picture of all time, of course. But it is like directly like fucking cock pointed right at my mouth. Now because I'm above the mic or I'm around it, that sort of thing. But right now I could throat this fucking thing if I leaned forward, and it is that. Oh, are you gonna do it? Because it is this fucking super close. Are we filming or are we just taking a picture? Oh, we're taking a photo. That's good. Are we gonna put that up? Are we gonna put it up right now? Oh my god, how interactive is that, folks? We're using social media. That's how we do this. We've gone ahead leaps and bounds in this fucking country. We go ahead and go to Facebook and we go to Twitter and I got invited. Hell, let's talk about this for just a second. Which of you out there keeps inviting me to Secret? I don't know what it is, but every day I'm getting, and it might be, it could be a whole posse of you guys. I have no clue, but I've been invited to Secret. And here's the thing. I think anybody can join Secret, right? It doesn't need to be just a personal invitation, but I get an email every goddamn day going, a friend has invited you to join Secret. It's an app where I guess you get to say anonymous bullshit about people. And I'm just like, dude, I do that all the time anyway. Why do I need an app for that? I talk shit all goddamn day. I mean, granted, I'm alone in a car, certainly. Dudes, I'm falling apart. I'm fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck is happening to me. I'm in the car and I literally talk out loud. I have conversations out loud. You know who I look like? I'm John Denver from Oh God. I mean, it must be what I fucking, although wait, could everybody see George Burns in that one? I don't remember. Was God there or not there? I have no idea. Lily? You don't remember?
I don't think he was.
You don't care, really, at this point.
To the internet right now.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
The porn mic.
I apologize for interrupting. Will you be putting on my page or on the Westside 86 Jokers page?
I'm putting it on my page and tagging everything.
Go ahead and tag us all. Tag everyone. Tag the Jokers, tag me, tag you. I could tag you if you wanted.
No, thank you.
Earlier, Lily today was fondling herself. She was like, oh my God, I woke up. You listen to me. Let me finish. Lily was, she had her arm and she was kind of groping herself a bit. And she's like, oh my God, I pulled this muscle here. And I'm like, really? She goes, yeah, I slept like this. And then when I was feeling around, I felt like there was like a thing there. I didn't know what it was. And I'm like, do you want me to check it out? And she's like, no. And that's as close as I've gotten. I think because I think she considered it for just a second. In the window of opportunity that I had there, I said, hey, do you want me to check it out? And I saw a gleam in her eye where she was like, you know what, maybe that would be a good idea because I need to get a second opinion on this. But her mouth, unfortunately, took over because her brain was like, yes, I think that's a great idea. And her eye said, absolutely, by all means, thrust your hand into this area. But her mouth was like, no. Because her mouth is the smartest part of her. It went ahead and just decided, because even her breasts were heaving. They heaved forward. They just like leaped toward me in 3D. And they were like, yes, find out what we're talking about. But the mouth is the boss of Lily. And he was just like, no. And I don't know why your mouth is a guy. I have no idea why your mouth is a dude. I have to admit, I'm disconcerted with this thing pointed right at my face. It's like it could go off at any minute. And I'll tell you what, if it goes off in my eye, we've got a real problem for the rest of this show. That is, because I've had that happen. And I will tell you, it is not pleasant, folks. It is absolutely not pleasant. You do not want me doing the rest of this show with fucking one closed eye and crunchy hair. That is not going to be fun for anybody. You get that mask that forms on your skin and it gets tight and you're like, I can't, what? Oh, never mind. All right, I probably should stop talking. Well, maybe I shouldn't stop talking because we have a show. Let's talk about this for just a second, folks. Let's talk about this word. Let's talk about the definition of the word longing. Let's talk about you having something that is so close to you. You feel that you could reach out and take it. And yes, I'm not talking about groping Lily and her, should I check her. This is not. This is a completely different situation. How many times have you had something that was like directly in front of you or something that seemed to be within reach and you're like, you know what, if I could just possibly, if there was a way that I could lean forward, if I could grab it, if I could scoop it up for myself, if I could take it, I would have it forever. And you long for it. You wish you could have it. And you're like, oh God, there's nothing I want more in this moment. There's nothing I want to have more than that right there. And then you have a friend who could assist with your longing, a friend who could actually reach out to you and scratch that itch, a friend who could actually go ahead and shake that hand, a friend who could actually pull that hair, whatever you needed them to do, because you are longing and you need it and you need something, and your friend could actually help, and they are oblivious. Your friend has no idea. Your friend has been sitting there with you all day long and could do this. They could do something for you. They could fix it. They could make it all better. They could reach out to you and satisfy that urge, and yet they don't. Let's talk about longing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Let's talk about sitting at a microphone here, waiting, doing sound checks, and looking around and trying to figure out exactly what's going to happen with your afternoon. Let's talk about getting a hold of yourself and realizing you got a show ahead of you, but also probably killing too much time and not jumping right into it. Let's talk about sitting here and thinking to yourself, oh my God, if there was only this longing that I could fill, if someone would just reach out and say to me, here, take this. Would you like this? And then it would complete your day. If someone could just get you that kickstart that could make you be everything you wanted to fucking be on a Wednesday afternoon, if they could just reach out and do that for you, and they're oblivious. They don't know. They don't know. Let's talk about longing. Let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about somebody who's been in your life for a long time. Probably 8 years. Got to be 8 years now. Someone who probably doesn't go more than 5 waking minutes without thinking of you at some point because you're so important to them. Because obviously they're like you, because I feel the same way. If I've known someone for 8 years, every 5 minutes they pop into my head. Just because I want to know how they're doing. I might be in the car having a conversation with them. Certainly they're not there, but it doesn't matter. I wind up talking to them because I've spent a lot of time with them, because they have been part of what is probably the most satisfying part of my life creatively for, I would say, my entire life. Someone who sits not 4 feet away from me once a week, maybe twice a week sometimes. Let's talk about friendship. Let's talk about longing. Let's talk about jelly beans. I'm sitting here all afternoon with my friend Lily Von Stupp.
Fucking kidding me, right?
Gotta be 90 minutes ago. She gets up. She opens a bag of jelly beans.
You are totally kidding me, right?
Tears them open with her mouth. Pours herself a handful. Doesn't even glance in my fucking direction. Takes the bag, places it next to her left hand, and just sits there and eats the handful of jelly beans. Doesn't say a goddamn word to me. Sees longing in my eyes. Folks, let's talk about jelly beans. How great are fucking jelly beans? They're so good. They're one of my favorite candies. When I was a child, I loved jelly beans. I could not wait to get them. I loved whenever they came around. Easter time was always the best because jelly beans were going to be prevalent in your basket. I didn't even give a fuck about a hollow rabbit unless it was somehow filled with jelly beans. They're one of my favorite things in the world.
Well, they're all around you now.
Well, you didn't have to throw them at me.
I think I kind of did.
My favorite part of the whole thing was in the middle of the longing bullshit. You're eating them. They can hear it. They can hear it. You grab the bag and you're taking handfuls out, and I'm watching you eat them, and I'm like, please finish the bag before I get to it. I should have just kept talking about it for a half an hour until they were all gone. Although you throwing them at me was pretty funny too. Are you all right? You gonna pick these up?
I
What's
remember
that?
the last time you were here, and I had a bag of black jelly beans, and you were like, "Oh, I don't like black jelly beans."
That's incorrect. I love black jelly beans.
Okay, well then I'm wrong.
You are
I'm
very
an
wrong.
Idiot.
You're not an idiot. You just might be a tiny bit selfish.
No, I'm not. You come over to my house and you're like, "Hey, can I get a granola bar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yes.
I assumed if you want something, you'll ask.
Because in the hierarchy of foodstuffs in your house, apparently granola bars are expendable. Jelly beans are hoarded like currency.
We're carrying on a conversation, and I'm talking to you, and I set him down, and we're talking.
And you're eating them, and you're staring at me, and I'm looking, and I'm salivating like Muttley the goddamn dog. And then sure enough, no, I'm not. That's not going to happen. Put them away. I do appreciate the thought now, certainly. I'm glad you're thinking of me, but...
I'm not getting any now.
What? I said you're talking to her. She opened them, she put them down, and didn't even offer. And I'm looking, and I'm waiting for an offer. And then time came to start the show. And I know I can't do a show with a mouthful of jelly beans. I don't think. Well, some week I will test that theory. Certainly, I can guarantee you. Some week I will go ahead and make sure that we test the theory of whether or not I can do a show with a mouthful of jelly beans. Right now I'm doing a show with a mouthful of microphone. I'll tell you that because it is like a half an inch away from my fucking face. I don't know. And again, maybe that's me. I'm wrong. I feel like Lemmy. I mean, Lemmy would be a little higher up. This is like, I don't feel like Lemmy. I feel like Alexis Texas, quite frankly. That's what I feel like right now. I feel like Tory Black. That's who I feel like, right? I feel like Gianna Michaels. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm a Gianna Michaels fan. Yeah, I'll take, Gianna. All right. You know what's funny? Gianna Michaels, before she was Gianna Michaels, I think I talked about her on this podcast. I'm not even kidding. Like the first year, there was a clip where she played like a real estate agent and she showed a couple a house and then they all went up going to work. And I saw her and I was like, who the fuck is that? Like I couldn't, because she was just fucking raw and kind of nasty. And she was like she looked like a woman. She was like a bigger chick. You know what I mean? Because a lot of porn chicks, they all get all anorexic and they don't like their fathers. But like Gianna she looked like she would have fucked her dad if he came along and he was next in line. I mean, like she had that kind of attitude rolling. So yeah, I became a Gianna fan then. And you know, I don't mind. I like spit. All right. So it's like, I like all that stuff. So Gianna's certainly not averse to any of those things. So, and I'll tell you what, I can tell you this right now. If Gianna Michael's sitting 4 feet across from me, she shares her jelly beans. I can tell you. And I'll tell you what, I'll be truly honest with you too. If I just focus like below the neck and above the waist, I do a podcast with Gianna Michaels every goddamn week. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, Gianna Michaels, I think she gives me a handful of jelly beans. Certainly, not even a handful. You know what? I think she just tears the bag open and goes, "What do you want?" She just fucking dumps them right in my mouth. Actually, I bet she chews them up and then she leans over and she spits them in my mouth, fucking baby bird style. Yeah, no, I'm born with that. Look, Gianna's a good woman. She's a nice woman, and I'm sure she's a lovely person. I'm sure her hygiene is fantastic. So, all right. God, I almost wish I should have just fucking prolonged it because I should have let you finish the goddamn bag before you fucking threw it at me. All right. Hi, folks. Let's do a podcast. Are they all cleaned up? Have you cleaned up all of the jelly beans? And you know what's funny now? Even if you offer them to me now, I'm not going to take them because you're going to give me the rug jelly beans. I know you are because the bag, some of them spilled out, and
I threw those away. I wouldn't put
you
them
hid
back
them.
in the bag.
You've hidden them in a bowl, and then when I ask for them, you're going to hand them to me.
What's been on my floor? I'm not eating food that's on there.
Gianna Michaels? You spit. I made you spit. That's awesome. All right, so that was great.
I spit all over.
You did. That was awesome. That was
I hate you
that
right
might be my
now.
favorite. That's my second favorite laugh you've ever done. That is my second favorite laugh you've ever done.
What was the first?
It's sad that I have a list, probably. I actually, you know what? If you buy year one of this podcast, I did liner notes when that was a good idea. I think I did them for year one and year two, and then I realized like, nobody even knows that they're involved in that, and I'm so indulgent. I'm like, hey, everybody like my writing. Yay. Nobody likes my writing. Fucking stupid. Sure they do. That's why they read my newsletter. I put out that. You ever get that in your mail and you just throw it right away? That thing from Trader Joe's, it's written in like old-timey script, and it's like, dude, I don't want to read a fucking page about asparagus. Why do you even bother? Just fucking save the money and cut your prices. Jesus Christ, Trader Joe's, step up. These ridiculous publications mean nothing to me. I still get the Penny Saver. I get the Penny Saver in the mail. Do you still get the Penny Saver?
Yeah.
Who is? I just pictured this lonely factory with like some like D. Snyder from Strangeland. He's there fucking just printing off the Penny Saver and sending it out to people, hoping beyond hope that someone will pick up a free dog. Like, I mean, who is advertising in the fucking Penny Saver? It's always like when you, and I got to be honest with you, all right? I'm betting, because nobody reads it. Nobody in the world reads the Penny Saver. I want to read it. I'm going to read it this week because I guarantee it's the same one that I got in 1997. I guarantee it. Someone offered me like a fucking like a Sega Genesis with like old games and shit like that. It's just gonna be that thing because that's who's advertising. It's old people. That's just like an old person communique. You might as well print that on an adult diaper. Seriously, guys, that's the only people reading the penny saver are fucking old people. That's it, and they're dying. They're dying all the time, like all the goddamn time. And the penny saver will still exist. It'll just be when even in fucking you know what? Steven Spielberg next time he does like a futuristic Star Wars bullshit movie or whatever the fuck, they should have to deal with getting the penny saver. Like it should just show up as an in joke because it will never fucking end. It is the fucking cockroach of publications. It is just there. It's always there. And it's always going to be there. It was there when Hitler gave his speeches. He had it rolled up in one hand. He's just waving it at the fucking crowd. Still giving away a Sega Genesis from fucking old games. It was the same one. It was on, you know what? The penny saver actually was out during the Depression, and you would open it up, it just had an apple in it. That's what it had. It was just like apples and pencils. Cups, literally, who wants an apple? Who wants a pencil? Who wants an apple? Who wants a pencil? Dude, whenever I think of the Depression, like, what do you, because they always say guys jumped off the buildings or whatever, and they all crashed to the ground, and I think of the people, literally, and this will sound so stupid, it's weird how your brain works, okay? Because apples and pencils is always my fucking go-to for the Depression. Fuck diving bankers and guys landing on the goddamn ground. I always think of apples and pencils, and I also think of this is my imagery of the Depression. The Queen David Bowie Under Pressure video. Those like grizzled old dudes eating that fucking weird moth soup that they pour into some old shoe. It's just fucking brutal. These dudes, it's just, and it's so funny. You would never think that the United States' personal grapes of wrath would have Queen and David Bowie as its soundtrack, but it does in my brain. It absolutely does in my brain. By the way, I don't know why I made the fucking Depression the grapes of wrath when the United States is essentially the grapes of wrath, but I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. You know why? There's half a bag of open jelly beans across the fucking room, and I still can't have any, goddammit. My brain is not working. You know what? Let's throw that bag in the fucking penny saver. Let's advertise it. See if anybody wants it. Let's throw the rug jelly beans in the penny saver. Oh my God, dude, I guarantee you some old person will be like, I'll gum the shit out of those. Send them to my goddamn house. Rug jelly beans, free to first taker. And I don't, you know what? You'll put that in, and then literally 5 weeks later, you'll get a knock on your door. It's some old person who walked over there from the valley like a turtle. They read it, and they were like, I gotta get that now. And they fucking just walked out of their house just in a robe and a cane. It was like, what's that movie where Art Carney rides a lawnmower across the United States? Doesn't he do some bullshit like that, right? Isn't there some movie? Isn't it Harry and Tonto? Like Art Carney's sad and he takes a cat and they hop on a lawnmower and they drive to like Topeka, Kansas. I don't fucking know. It's something like that. I just know I think it's Harry and Tonto. And Art Carney won an Oscar for it, right? Dude, Art Carney's been around forever. He's one of those dudes who's like, he won an Oscar in a movie, and then I'll hear my old-time radio, and it's like, Gangbusters, featuring Art Carney. And I'm like, why the fuck is Art Carney in Gangbusters? And it was this weird episode where, like, he wanted this girl, and then he wound up moving to a hideout, and he was in a safe house, and then the girl couldn't meet him, and then the fucking Gangbusters came, they knocked on the door, and he got thrown in the fucking jail with the FBI, and his girlfriend betrayed him. Who cares? That's the plot of a Gangbusters episode from 1937. I hope you enjoyed it. Debuted 12 years after Queen and David Bowie brought you the Depression. All right, so. Because folks, love is such an old-fashioned word. And love dares you to care about the people on the edge of the night. All right, so. By the way, did you read a couple of weeks ago, or no, yeah, it might have been a couple of months ago. I'm always fascinated by when this stuff dribs and drabs out, and it's because of technology and people find it or whatever. Like, you ever see those, what's that show, like Best Albums or Greatest Albums? I don't know, it's on VH1. And they'll basically take an album like, Screaming for Vengeance or something, and they'll show you how it was mastered, and they show you how they recorded it and how they wrote everything. And my favorite is they always, no matter what album it is, I don't care what band it is, I don't care what album it is, I don't care what group it is, they always wind up at Todd Rundgren's house. Always. They are sitting in Todd Rundgren's house. And he has like a master control board, and he goes, oh, and here's Meatloaf's vocals, and he like turns them up, and then he turns them down, and he goes, and here was the isolated track for the maracas, and he turns those up, and I will tell you this, the shows where the kids watch like construction, like that's how I watch food shows. I will watch that album show, like legendary albums or classic albums. Just there's a show. Well, Dark Side is fucking pretty impressive too. But when U2 did, I think it's Joshua Tree, and they're talking to Brian Eno about how he had to cut all of these snippets of tape and re-put them together and then repackage them and run them through the machine backwards or some bullshit. And I'm just like, Man, Bono's a dick. Like, why did he think of all that stuff? Why can't you just get a guitar and sing, man? Why are you fucking making Brian Eno do all this goddamn work? But then I guess it was Brian Eno's decision. At least I think it was, because the second that he started to talk about it, they cut over to Todd Rundgren's house and he was making a ham sandwich. So that was interesting to watch. And if you look here, here's where we turn up the mustard, and then we turn down the mustard, and then we turn up the mayo on the other slice, and we turn the mayo down. And guess what goes in the middle? The meatloaf. Ha ha ha! Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was on Twitter and I wrote like a series of jokes. I don't know why they popped into my head. It was just so stupid. And it was, I'll have the meatloaf at dinner. I'll have a Coke, no me, Ice Cube. I'll have the Coke, no him, meatloaf and Ice Cube at dinner. All right. Meatloaf and Ice Cube at dinner. I literally ate like 8 of them in a row. I'm just stupid. I'm in the car. Because you know why? Because I got tired of having conversations with the ghosts. Because that is what I do in my goddamn car. Or in somebody else's car. But I'll fucking get to that. Really? I'm astonished by Lily's just recent revelation. She's actually paying attention to the show, which helps. It's a joke. Every week you pay attention to the show. Everybody knows that. The only reason they get a show is because of you. Because honestly, I'm just doing this podcast in my car now, driving around fucking for no reason and having conversations and hashing out fights and realizing that I shouldn't be doing things and then telling myself I should do this. And it's just, oh my fucking God, it's terrible. It's terrible. Because, you know, I work 12 hours a day and I'm in the car the whole fucking time. And then I'm driving to bring somebody their goddamn sauce. And it just turns into a situation where I'm having a conversation with myself because there's nobody else to fucking talk to. I finally spent time with a friend this week. Like, I haven't seen, you know, any of my real, like, close friends here in town. And I don't have any real close friends in town. I mean, they're guys that I know and they're guys that were my close friends. But then everybody's living their life. I mean, when I go out with them, oh, dude, here's a weird ass thing. This is funny. I went to a fucking baseball game a couple of weeks ago with Pardo and Siegel. And beforehand, Siegel met me for pizza. We went to a place called Masa of Echo Park. It's down in Echo Park, which is a convenient name and a convenient city for the name, because they have deep dish Chicago pizza. So I told Mike to meet me, and we hung out. And we were talking. I was telling him about Jill, and he's like, "Where's she from?" And I told him the city that she lives in. And he goes, he makes this face, and I was like, "What?" He goes, "I was born there." I went, "What?" He goes, "I was born there in this hospital." And I immediately took my phone and I texted Jill and I go, "Hey, I'm at dinner with Mike Siegel, and he says that he was born in this hospital in where you live." I almost said it. And should we take that out? No. And I said, in where you live. And she writes me back. She goes, "Oh my God, I was born in that hospital." And he's like, "Yeah, it's gone now, right?" And she's like, "Yes, it's a convalescent home." And then I was like, "Why don't you just take my phone and fucking talk to her, Siegel?" No, I didn't do that. But it was just this weird coincidence that he was born in the exact same city where she lives, and she was born in the same hospital, and very odd. And you know, I was at her house 2 weeks ago, and oh, dude, you want to talk about the penny saver? She's got some local paper that comes out like once a week, and she opened it and just kind of blazed through it, and she's just like, you know, it's just this kind of fish wrap that comes every week. And so I took it and I couldn't stop reading it because it's so awesome. It's just like local hardware stores telling you they get a special on screws. Oh my God, do I love that stuff. I don't know why. It is so mind-numbingly boring, but when I read it, it puts me in a spot where I go, this is, someone actually had to typeset this and put it all together. There's some guy in town with an apron and a visor and ink-stained hands, and he is putting out something that has like recipes in it. What the fuck is wrong with you, and where did your life take a U-turn? God damn. I feel so badly for you, but at the same time, I admire you. Sancho, please, fucking soldier forward with your bullshit piece of paper that my fucking girlfriend just flipped through like it was nothing and practically set it on fire. It was so terrible. But then I picked it up and I'm lovingly reading it. I'm like, oh, someone has a thimble for sale. Oh my God, let's call them. Like, I want to call them. Who would put that? Who would ever sit down and commit thimble for sale to an ad? That's amazing. And you know what? There are people out there like, oh my God, there's a thimble for sale. Old people. Oh my God, put down the paper, old people, and just get busy dying. God damn it. That's the only reason people like to read that, because, you know, they can't hear the TV or their arteries hardening, so they want to go ahead and read these fucking publications. Old people. I do a lot of whispering now. I got to stop doing that. Or you know what? Actually, I wasn't whispering. That was my voice dropping out because I moved away from the microphone, according to my producer. And let's get this out in the open. Let's talk about this for just a second. I'm teasing when I say that because I couldn't do this without Lily here. I mean, I'm glad that she tells me that things are happening, and then you guys will write me afterwards and go, "Hey, this happened," and it's you know, clearly my fault because again, I'm not talking into the fucking microphone or I'm moving my head around, and Lily does everything short of holding my head in place. Which sometimes maybe I'll be honest with you, maybe I'm looking for that. Maybe I would like for that to happen. Maybe that's one of the reasons I throw my head to and fro is because I'm hoping she'll come over and just kind of hold my skull directly in front of the microphone. Although I'll be honest with you, that's something that would work in previous weeks. It's not going to work this week because we have porn microphone this week. And I have to be honest. If fucking Lily came over here right now and held my skull directly in front of porn microphone, then all of a sudden we're just recreating the Jesse Jane and Riley Steele bathroom blowjob scene. So it's not happening. I can't do that. You don't know. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You don't know?
I don't watch a lot of porn anymore.
It's so funny. I have to admit, I don't watch porn, but I go to 4chan or whatever, and you'll see GIFs and things like that show up. But there's a famous, the clip is just, I mean, it is fucking, dude, it is fucking amazing. All right. It is, listen. There's a lot of porn out there, and certainly we talked about Gianna Michaels earlier. We touched upon in Alexis, Texas. We've talked about all sorts of women and things that are happening, but there's a clip out there, and you've got to find it. It's look, you've got to find it. Are you at work? Go ahead and Google this right now. But if Lily were to hold my head in front of the porn microphone, there's a scene. All right, it's a scene where Riley Steele is fuck. I don't. Do I even go into this? I guess I do. It's just one of those things where if people are talking about porn, anything on 4chan, like it doesn't matter what people are discussing, someone will just put this GIF up because it's so fucking hot. Riley Steele is giving some guy head in like a men's room or something, and Jesse Jane is basically playing the role of the person who's making her do it. Like she's just kind of there, she's not involved. Okay, in the GIF or the clip that I've seen, except to hold Riley Steele's head, and then she like grabs the guy's cock and she just jerks it off into Riley Steele's, like holds her there while it's just fucking, it is, dude, it is, yeah, it's fun to watch. All right. So I guess my point is if Lily comes over here and holds my head in front of the microphone, then I'm Riley Steele, and that's not good for anybody. Although I don't mind, Lily, I don't mind if she wants to be Jesse Jane. Certainly she can be Jesse Jane every goddamn week. I don't know if I'm ready to be Riley Steele yet. Yeah. I don't even know why I brought that up. All right, so yeah, I need to go. I need to travel more. I need to get out of town. All right, so let's talk about something else, right? Let's go ahead and let's cleanse our palate. Let's cleanse Riley Steele's palate, because I'll tell you what, her palate was very busy in this fucking video. I should just wait. Everybody, because right now nobody's listening to me. Everybody went ahead and Googled Jesse Jane Riley Steele. All right, yeah, pause me and then come back. Actually, you know what? I should Google it and then I'll describe it. Like I'll watch it and tell you what's happening. We'll all watch it together. It'll be like live tweeting. I'll be live tweeting a porn GIF. You guys are in, right? All right. It's a good scene. It's interesting and fun. And you know what? It just looks like three people in love. That's all it looks like to me. I watched the scene. You can see the love in Riley Steele's eyes before some other stuff gets in her eyes, and then there's Jesse Jane, and they're being very loving and gentle as they grab a fistful of cock and involve themselves in this activity. It's great. Everybody's having a great time. God damn, I love sex. All right, so, and it's not even so much that I love sex. I just love love. I love love, man. I love seeing three people deeply in love in a men's room. I think it's fucking fantastic. It's just, you know what? It's a guy standing up and you can't even see his head, and a woman on her knees, and then another woman who you can barely see her face half the time because she's just jerking a guy off into another girl's face. And you know what? That's goddamn three people having a great afternoon and they love one another. All right, I love it. Because I've been in the men's room. It's a terrible place. I do not enjoy the men's room at all, folks. All right. Look, I've had my share of sex in men's rooms. All right. Can we all get through that? I've never had Riley Steele, Jesse Jane sex in a men's room. But I mean, I don't like men's rooms, but it's always better when there's sex involved in the men's room. I'm not going to lie to you. As if there's sex in the men's room, then it's a better place. Otherwise, it's a horrible place. It's just toilets and ass and guys and, luggage and dirty mirrors and fucking towels that you don't want to touch. And I don't want to get the doorknob. It's awful. It's an awful place. However, if you're having sex in the men's room, it becomes a palace. You and her, and it's a great time for everybody. And those guys watching, it is a fantastic time. It's just 3 people in love and 8 people who are told to be there at a certain time. That's just 11 people sharing some moments, folks. The only person who's not having a good time is the guy who comes in with the mop afterwards. That's it. That's all. As long as the women bring changes of shirts, everybody's happy. I'm happy. Are you happy? We're all happy. Hello, world. There's a song that we're singing. Come on, get happy. A whole lot of loving is what we'll be bringing to that men's room. Come on, get happy. I am sore. I'm sore today. Oh, you're dirt. Yeah, that's right, folks. Hitting it hard. Hitting it hard again. Back at the gym. You want to feel my arm, Lily? You should. Yeah, really. You know, actually, there's no room for your hand over on my bicep because I got mine on there. You know what? Wait in fucking line because, oh my God. Look, I've talked about my weight. I don't know if it's boring to you fucking people at this point, and I don't even know why I just called you fucking people because you're nice enough to share a fucking week with me. I don't get it. But I jumped back into the gym hard this week because it's been a few weeks since I've been to the gym, and I think I told you I weighed in. I was at 255, which is ridiculous. I mean, I haven't seen 255 in fucking forever. So 255, I was like, that's amazing. And then I had a trip scheduled where I was going to go out of town. So a couple of weeks ago, oh fuck. All right. So I'm in, you folks know the saga of my car at this point. And that saga involves the fact that I have the Canadian band Saga in my car at all times, singing On the Loose acoustically. So if you want to go ahead and hang out with me, I have conversations with myself while Saga plays On the Loose in the back seat. And then they play Wind Him Up, which is an amazing song, by the way. That's, you know what, Saga, underrated band. And by underrated, I mean they had 2 good songs, not just one. Because everybody's like, oh, Saga, On the Loose. You know, no one can stop me now. Tonight I'm on the loose. Absolutely. But then they had a song called Wind Him Up, which is a song about gambling and baccarat. Dude, how many bands write a song about baccarat? That's fucking gorgeous. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if it's about baccarat. It's about gambling. But I choose to assume it's about a high-level gambler, and those guys play baccarat. And if you don't think I'm telling this just to say baccarat several times, you are a crazy person. That is the only reason I am doing it. I'm saying baccarat. Which actually is my favorite thing to eat at an Armenian restaurant. I love a grilled trout. I have a nice fattoush salad and a side bowl of baccarat. Not to be confused with potatoes hurrah, which is a dish that I eat. Well, I don't eat it. It's a garlic fries, but they call it potatoes hurrah. But I can't order it because it sounds like a horrible football cheer. Like I don't want to say that. Potatoes hurrah. It sounds silly. So I would never order it. Even as delicious as it is, I can't bring myself to say potatoes hurrah. However, if they start to feature baccarat, I will order that immediately. But I will not order baklava, which seems strange, right? Because baklava is pretty close to baccarat. Why wouldn't I say, give me some baklava? You know why? Because then they'll bring over fucking baklava. I don't want that. Now, if I order baccarat, they bring me a bunch of fucking flat plastic discs. Perfect. They're not discs. They're more squares, really. But yeah. Just, dude, if you ordered baccarat in a restaurant and a banker came over and you got to play some rounds of baccarat, that'd be fucking awesome. Like, you know how you're in a casino and they bring you Keno? Keno in the casino? They'll bring it over when you're ordering your food. It's like, dude, can I have eggs and gambling? They're like, yes, immediately. And they hand you they get the lady with the Keno and you fucking fill out the thing. Because you and I have played, actually, our friend Lily Von Stupp. And we both know that Keno's a sucker's bet. We both know that. And this is spoken from a guy who's spending $10 a week on Powerball with his fingers crossed like an idiot, to thinking, literally, it's come to that, folks. I'm 46 and going, yeah, I'm going to win the Powerball. I literally have thought that I could win it. Like I was talking the other day, Jill's like, hey, did you win the Powerball? And I go, no. I just automatically said no because I know I'm never going to win it. But I hadn't even checked the tickets. And I'm like, dude, you're defeated before you even play. If you think you haven't won and you haven't even checked the goddamn tickets, because God knows, you know what? I could have won. I may have won. And then I went home and checked the tickets. Nope, did not win. I did not win, folks. And then I told Jill, I go, she's like, oh man, because I admitted to her, I go, you know what? I didn't even check the tickets and I told you no. That's how little faith I have in us winning. But then at the same time, I said to her, hey, but by the way, if I tell you that I didn't win, don't believe me. Because if I do win, I'm not telling anybody for like weeks. And that's what she said. She's like, what? And I go, yeah, I have a whole plan. I have it all laid out. Because, folks, again, when you're in the car for 12 hours a day, you fucking formulate your I just won the Powerball plan. That's how I do it. I immediately give my 2 weeks at work. I've got a friend that I would call to consult with them about financial stuff. I would not immediately do it because, again, I would go get a safe deposit box and I would put the ticket in there because I know that something stupid would happen to my house or I would lose it. So, which is stupid because I don't lose any of the losing tickets. Like I've not lost those at all. I have those in a stack before I throw it away. Of course, it's not like I'm saving losing tickets, folks.
You should, because you can use them against your winnings
What does that mean?
for a tax write-off.
You can write off tax stuff with the lottery?
If you gamble and you can show that you lost against your winnings, absolutely save all your lottery tickets.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but you got to win to write them off, because you can only write them off against winnings.
You can't play if you don't win. Strike
Can't
that.
lose if you
Reverse
don't
it.
play.
You can't win if you don't play. Can't lose if you don't play. Absolutely. Oh, I can lose if I don't play. Trust me, I can do that very easily. I've been doing that for 46 years. I just recently got into the game. So don't trust me, folks. I may have won already. That's my point. So what was I saying, dude? I was something I was talking about. I forget what it was. You confused me because you grabbed the jelly beans in the middle of all that. I'm sure. Go listen back, folks. You can actually hear the bag crunching, and I'm talking, and I'm staring at them. And again, I don't get one, and she ate the white one. God damn it, I like the white one.
The white ones. All the white ones are going to be here in the bottom with all the purple ones.
The white one, the purple ones are awesome too. What is wrong with you? What don't you don't like white or purple?
I don't like white or purple
Jelly beans.
jelly beans.
And what flavor? That's like grape and cream soda, right?
I think it's like coconut and puke.
Coconut and puke. I remember that make me laugh. They were terrific. It's funny. You know what? You just described Jill, coconut and puke, because she's allergic. So she would have coconut and then puke or swell up. I don't know what the fuck. They'd have to roll her down to the juicing room, the coconut juicing room, the coconut water room. She's like a Violet Beauregard. So a couple of weeks ago, folks, I was driving in my car, having a conversation with myself. And as you know, I have dumped upwards of like $3,000 or $2,000 into this Chariot recently. You guys helped out tremendously when my struts and shocks took it in the face, like Riley Steele. And everybody stepped up, and we were able to go and get that fixed. And thank you again for that. That was so incredible. And then what was it? I think 10 days later, my brakes went out, and I had to go and give them like $565 or whatever. Everybody knows. I've just been coughing up cash all over this goddamn car. So I was going out of town a couple of weeks ago, and I was driving a double the day before I was to fly out of town. And I have to get my oil changed more frequently now because I'm driving so much in my car. And, because usually with the new cars, you can let them go fucking forever with an oil change. But I'm trying to baby my car so it fucking lasts. So I told Melvin when I went in there and he changed my oil or whatever the fuck he did to the car. And I said, listen, you got to do me a favor. Update me when you think I need to come in. And he's like, well, we write down the mileage. I go, yeah, but I can ignore that. He goes, but if you're driving the car hard, you really shouldn't. So when it tells you need an oil change, come in, we'll do the oil change, and we'll look at everything, and we'll make sure everything's okay. Now, I know, again, all you people told me, oh, you're paying a dealership premium. Yes, I am. You know what I call it? I call it a Melvin tax. Because Melvin is awesome, and Melvin covers me, and I trust him implicitly with my car, because anybody else there I would set on fire. I just don't fucking care. That seems strong. I would ignore them and walk away before I set them on fire. I don't make the leap to setting someone on fire right away. You really have to do something poorly to me to make me think that I should set you on fire. I'm different. I'm not that different. I'm not a fire setting guy. I'm not a fire starter. I'm not a Drew Barrymore. How bad does that Adam Sandler Drew Barrymore movie look? It's called Blended, and I'm not lying to you. It's at Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore in Blended. And in my head, I went, if that's the Brady Bunch movie, I'm going to drive off of a bridge. And sure enough, I went to IMDb, and it's the two of them are at some resort, and their kids learn to get along as the two of them fall in love. And I'm like, holy fuck, if there's a Tiger the Dog, I'm going to blow up every theater it's showing in. That is, like, and again, whatever you feel about Adam Sandler, we can all agree that Drew Barrymore is fucking terrible, right? Yes? Okay. But goddamn, to make this is literally the Brady Bunch movie. It's two individual parents with kids getting together, and everybody has to get together in the blended family. And oh my God, fuck! If Tiger knocks over the fucking cake and there's an Alice, there has to be an Alice, right? Who's the modern day Alice? Well, I know Henriette Mantel played her in the regular movies, in the Brady Bunch movies, which were great, by the way. But if you needed to have who's like a Bull Dykey Alice you could have right now? Rosie O'Donnell. Why not just get her to be the new Alice, right? She should be in Blended as the new Alice. Not Kay. She's Alice. Not Kay. God damn. All right. And by the way, Alexander Briggs, you were wrong about the Morris Day trivia. Ron Hansen, you were right. All right. So There were like 15 right answers to the Morris Day trivia and much more wrong answers, I should say, last week.
Are you going to give the answer?
I will give you the answer. You have to call me at 777-9311. All right, so, baby, what's your phone number? So I have to baby my car, and I'm in the car the day before I'm supposed to go out of town. And my car has a computer in it that tells me things. Gives me updates about what's happening inside of my vehicle at any given moment. And it does this annoying thing, like when you need an oil change, you start the car, and then my GPS starts up, and I have to push a button to clear a warning screen about my GPS because they don't trust idiots. If you have GPS in your car, there's a warning screen that says, do not program your GPS while you're driving, and you have to hit OK to agree to it every single time because apparently otherwise Nissan will be sued by stupid people who think they can drive and find an address at the same time. So I have to press that screen. Well, unfortunately, there's another thing with the computer where it tells you when you need an oil change. So I go to press the screen and clear it, and then the oil change thing pops up and it says, maintenance needed, you must get an oil change. And I'm like, yes, I understand that. But then I have to press a button to clear that and then press another button to clear the GPS. And I'll tell you what, in all the time I'm spending punching the button trying to clear the warning for the GPS, I could wrap my car around a fucking telephone pole. Your system doesn't work, Nissan. The computer's giving me warnings. The computer, you want to make something useful? Have the computer pull up the Riley Steele, Jesse Jane fucking blowjob video and throw that on my GPS screen. Because I tell you what, I won't be pushing buttons to clear that off. So all this stuff comes on the computer and I have to deal with it, right? So as I'm driving, it tells you, and until you get the oil changed, it won't stop fucking reminding you. It's not like you can go, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? It's not like all you're doing is essentially hitting a snooze alarm in your car because then every time you start it, it pops up again. You're like, God damn it, I know, car. I'm not ignoring you. I mean, I guess I sort of am ignoring you because I'm not getting the oil changed. But I mean, recognize the fact that you are running and everything's okay. The car should know that it's running. You're moving. Your wheels are turning. Your axle is grinding. Your oil is burning. Your gas is fueling. Everything's happening right now. You don't have to warn me to go get the oil change because right now everything is working fine. Actually, I just think the car's tired of hearing me talk to myself inside of it. Again, you want to be useful? Have a fucking inline therapist come up on my GPS screen and I'll fucking talk to them. Won't have to fucking burden Lily with my problems.
At 3 in the morning.
Yeah, at 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's because I can't get my therapist at 3 o'clock in the morning. I texted my therapist this week, dude. And I'm like, in my head, and it's so funny. I texted her and I'm like, hey, I was wondering if I could see you later this week. And what's this? I'm texting for a therapy appointment? What do you mean by red flag? Like I literally texted that to her. Because now I'm Bill Murray in What About Bob? And I'm following her to her kayak vacation. She's not in a wheelchair. She's a canoe. All right. You know, I only referenced that for the fucking hate mail that I got when it happened and the people who said they were quitting, but then they didn't really quit because 3 weeks later they sent me more mean hate mail. I'm like, why are you still listening to me, you kayak? Roll to another podcast. Stand up. Well, ostensibly stand up. Take 8 minutes to stand up and grab that fucking half a fence with the tennis balls on it and wander off to another podcast. You kayak? This show's for canoes only. Now, I backed away from the microphone there as I was yelling. I hope my voice did not drop out. Because then my voice would be Arthur Fonzarelli, who will tell you that glasses are cool. So, Jesus Christ. So the car tells me that the oil needs to be changed, and it does it for like a week. And I just keep hitting the button and ignoring it because again, it warns me at like the 3,500 mile mark, and I can wait till the 5,000 mile mark to get my oil changed. As long as the car is starting, the oil is working. Everybody's happening. Everybody's happening. Everything's happening. Everybody in my car. I got a whole fucking car full of people. Saga's in there. I got the band Saga in my car. How stupid is that? I guarantee you no podcast this week will reference Saga, nor having them in their car. And actually, Wind 'Em Up would be a pretty good theme song for this podcast if I didn't have the fucking awesome David Hernandez work. If David ever bails on me and he's like, dude, I'm taking all my music because I own it, I'll go, all right, Saga, kick it in. Wind him up, he can't stop, keeps on going around the clock. It's not bad. Maybe I have David cover Saga. Dude, fuck it. Maybe I just pick David up. He sits in the front seat and Saga's in the back, and they fucking cut it in my car. They'll be like Mr. Big in that video for Be With You. When it's just like, hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Oh, sorry, that's bad. I'm sorry. But it's like they're sitting in a train car and they're playing like sugar canisters. But that's in the video. But then the actual song is actual instruments. But the four of them are relaxed in black and white and they're singing the song and they're just playing like whatever happens to be laying around. It's just like, you know what it is? It's just four guys hanging around and then playing whatever instruments happen to be in their house. Mr. Big was the precursor to the Viagra band. You ever see that commercial where the Viagra dudes are sitting together and they're singing about their can't get a heart on? It's like their band is all jamming. It's like, yeah, no wonder you fucking work so hard at your guitar because you can't get it up anymore, for fuck's sake. What's the point in learning guitar if you can't get laid? The only reason, you know what? If you can't get a heart on anymore, stop learning guitar. Because the only reason you should have a guitar is so you can fuck somebody. Ask Max. He can't go out of his house without getting chased fucking Hard Day's Night style. Just from this podcast. He walks outside. You know what? I have it on good authority. There's a park like right by his house. When he walks by it, screaming girls leap out of the bushes and chase him, and he has to fucking go and hide. And it's not because he's a Mexican in a white neighborhood. It's because he's a fucking talented musician. Well, partially it's because he's a Mexican in a white neighborhood. Pardon me. He's the Mexican in a white neighborhood. That's right. He's the Mexican. I had to adjust my article. So my car warns me. And it's not really a warning. It's more of a gentle chiding. It's not really chiding me because we're not friends. Well, we are friends. I'm friends with my car. I love it. I mean, dude, I spend so much time inside of it. I would have to say that my car... nah. All right. Stupid. I need to stop. I need to stop. We need to harness the bees. Poor Lily is just sighing at me because I tell you this, when I got here today, I told her my goal. I go, here's what I want to do. And she's like, great. And we are so far from that goal, I think. We might be. I don't know. By the way, if you don't know that goal was I'd like to eat a handful of jelly beans, then you're not paying attention at all. And we are so far from that goal. They're open. They're lurking. I can see them. Whites and purples and reds. My car warns me it needs some sort of work. It's like, dude, change the oil. And I'm like, yes, I get it. I push the button. Dude, change the oil. Yes, I get it. I change the button. So, and this has happened before, and I've ignored it. And it's been fine. It's been fine when I bring it in and gets the oil changed. Because again, modern day cars, you don't need to go right when it tells you to go. It's a trick. It's a scam. It's a big scam. It's not a scam really, but still, it's just them trying to get you in there to change your oil more often than you need to. And I'll tell you what, you go talk to Click and Clack because they'll tell you don't need to change your oil that much. And it's funny when I said I was going to talk about the car this week. I almost was going to put, hey, go tell Click and Clack that this week Car Talk is with Mike Schmidt. But but I don't have a cool car name. Like they're Click and Clack, and I don't have a car name.
Clunk.
Sorry. I've seen you on stage when audiences get to your punchline. And you make that face because you're like, you know what? You're just in the audience, and maybe you shouldn't be going ahead and finishing my joke. Even if you saw it, wouldn't you let everybody else enjoy it?
Wow, I'm a dick.
So I was about to say clunk, but luckily our good friend Lily Von Strupp has stepped up and relieved me of the burden of being funny in that moment. So thank you, Lily. I'm glad you decided to shout out in a crowded bar and give away the punchline. Good for you.
Well, as you've told me, go for a better punchline if they can figure it out.
That's a very good point.
I learned it from you, yeah!
I'm just disappointed that the 4 seconds you didn't have jelly beans in your mouth for the show were the 4 seconds you chose to ruin my joke. I do realize that because I see them disappearing before my very eyes, realizing I will not get one.
Not the black ones.
Oh, God damn it. So the point is, I was going to tweet that Click and Clack, was there any room for clunk on your show? That was the whole point. Because every time I tell a car story, it's just fucking clunk. Because, let's be honest, I can't tell what good is a good car story. Yay, my car was great all week. Nobody wants to hear that fucking story. Everybody wants to hear a clunk story. So, my car keeps warning me that stuff's going on for a week or so. And then I'm like, all right, well, I keep hitting the button and everything's fine. And then the day before I'm supposed to go out of town, I'm driving. I'm at a double. And the light, you know, the little warning thing comes on as I start the car. And that's in the center console, like right in the middle of my dashboard. But then over to the left, to the far left of my dashboard, there's all sorts of dials and stuff on my dashboard. Folks, I'm an astronaut. All right, the Murano is a very complicated vehicle. I've just recently figured out how to use it all. And that's not even a lie, because I will tell you this. You know, when I drive, and I'm Travis Barbecue, I have to put things in my hatchback. We have these giant containers if I bring big catering orders. Well, I always have to, I'm carrying food with two hands, and then I have to reach into my pocket and hit the button so it unlocks the car and I can open the hatch. But there's an easy way to do it. There's a button on my car doors, on the handles for my car doors, and if I push that, it unlocks everything. So I always have to stop at that door, and I punch it, and then I walk over and I open the back. And I'm not kidding you. 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago, I went around to the back, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot to pop the lock. So I'm scrambling to try to get my hand in I'm holding an extravaganza in one arm, which sounds a lot fancier than it is. It's just a bunch of meat. So I'm reaching into my pocket, and I look, and on my tail lights, and I look, and there's a button on my right tail light. And I punch it, and it pops the fucking hatch. And it I hear it. It unlocks the car doors, and I open the hatch. It unlocked the hatch. It unlocked all the car doors. I bought this car in 2006. 8 years. I didn't know there was a button that opened up the fucking back hatch that was handy that I could just reach and touch right by the back. Because I mean, do you know how many times I have carried water and groceries and had to fucking like angle my arms and try to move it? Dude, the button is right there on the fucking taillight. Are you kidding me? There has to be some Japanese designer just laughing his ass off at the fucking gaijin who didn't know there was a goddamn button on the taillight, right? You know why? Because there's a camera on the back of my car for when I back out. I guarantee you that feeds into some central fucking satellite system in Japan where they just watch all of the idiots who don't know how to operate the cars that they built. And I just picture reaching out, and they saw my stupid face after 8 years. After 8 years, they've been watching me like in The Hatch and Lost. There's two guys on a fucking island somewhere near Japan, and they're watching me on a bank of cameras, and they see me, and it's just stupid, right? I'm holding a big extravaganza, and they laugh every time they see me come out because they realize I have to fucking go to the door. And then they finally see this epiphany look on my face, and the two of them, you know what? The two of them have been locked in this hatch observing me this whole time, and when they see me realize that there's a button on the taillight, they know they can leave now because that's all they've been waiting for 8 fucking years. And they see my face just go, what is this? And I picture them rooting like, no, like they're so happy. And then they see me push the button, and then it's like, and they get to climb out of the fucking hatch. And 2 more guys that could come down and watch out. There's some other fucking stupid dude who doesn't know how to use his car. Because that's how Nissan handles their business. So I don't know dick about this fucking car, right? So I at the other side, on the left-hand side of my car, there's a dial on the dashboard, and all of a sudden, a light that I have not seen previously lights up. And it says, check engine soon. Now, this guy's new to the party. Because I know Center Console is telling me about my oil all the time, and I've had this relationship with him over the years where I'm just like, yes, I'll get to it. Yes, I'll get to it. Now, check engine soon, though he is very polite, just by the very wording, seems to be a bit more insistent than, hey, maybe you should change your oil. Because everybody has a check engine light, and you can look at that with whatever degree of seriousness or importance you'd like. But the addition of the word soon changes the game a bit for me. Because that means check engine soon. Doesn't mean check engine sometime. Doesn't mean check engine whenever you'd like. Check engine soon means like soon. So that comes on. And as you know, I have dumped nothing but cash into this car over the past fucking 3 months. Thanks to you and yours. And just just the thought of bringing it in. And so in my head, I try to rationalize it because again, I'm flying. This happens on Sunday, and I'm flying Monday night on a red eye. So I'm just crestfallen, and I don't. So in my head, I rationalize it. I go, you know what? I said this check engine soon. This is in cahoots with the hey, maybe you should check your oil light. Like, hey, maybe you should check your oil is like the Glenn Close boiling a rabbit of my car, and it will no longer be ignored, Dan. So it enlisted the help of Check Engine Soon in cahoots just to get me in to look at the oil because it's tired of being ignored, Dan. So I think the Check Engine Soon has been enlisted. Better? So if I sound better going forward, Lily just physically stood up and moved the microphone because I can't stop moving. I don't know why. I'm spinning in a chair.
And now you moved, and you're moving away from it again.
Well, I don't mean to.
Moving away from the microphone. It's not going to come on your face.
That's not why I'm moving away. I've had that happen. That's no big deal. So I figured that maybe the Check Oil guy has enlisted Check Engine Soon to help him in his cause to get the oil checked. At least that's what I'm hoping. So here's what I do, folks. I work the next 7 hours with my Check Engine Soon light on because God knows I take my vehicle seriously. I'm going to show it who's boss. You don't get the. You know what? Check Engine Soon. Yes, I agree. There is a certain amount of urgency in that statement. But you're not the boss of me, Car. Lily's mouth may be the boss of her, but Car, you're not the boss of me. So I work the next 7 hours, but I do fire off a text to our friend Melvin, who at this point has got to be tired of hearing from me. Because he gave me his personal cell phone, which, as I said, he's the only guy I trust in that building. And he gave me his personal cell phone, and I do not hesitate to use it, folks. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I have contacted him personally because I've called the Universal City Nissan, and I've wound up in their fucking voicemail hell, and I've wound up being held on hold and going to different departments, and I'm like, hey, I need to talk to service. Hold on, please. And then you get that fucking bad hold music and Big Boy from Power 106 telling me that Universal City Nissan is the best Nissan dealer in the world, and then it comes on and they go, hi, popcorn. And I'm like, I did not call the popcorn department. Why is there a popcorn department at my Universal City Nissan? I'm looking for Melvin in service. Please hold. Parts. I did not call parts. So I text Melvin. I'm like, dude, you're sick of hearing from me, but my Check Engine Soon light is on. I think it's in cahoots with my please check the oil, but I don't know. I need your professional advice. And I said, I know you guys are closed today, but I'm working anyway. But tomorrow I'm off, but I'm leaving on a red eye. And I know you're not working tomorrow. Is there a way I can just bring the car in and maybe get a loaner for the day? Or can I just get someone to take me home and I leave the car with you while I travel out of town? Because I know you guys aren't going to be able to fix it tomorrow. Whatever it is. If it's anything. It could be just an oil change, in which case I'll just pick it up. I go, but the thing is with you not there, and by the way, I'm texting all this. I'm like ridiculously, and I keep, but stopping just to apologize every single time. Dude, I even say, whenever I send a text to Melvin, I go, I apologize for texting you. I don't think I'm special. And then I write my problem. And I'll go, if you don't want me to text you, I won't. It's weird. It's like we're dating and I'm trying to get him to notice me. It's the fucking stupidest thing in the world. And but that's how weird I am with fucking texting. So, because I want to make sure he knows that I don't think I'm this fucking, like I'm king customer. Like, oh my God, how great is king customer? I need to open a business just so I can have king customer. Dude, if you have a restaurant, every day, once a day, just like pick an arbitrary number in the morning and count the people who come in, and whatever number the dude is, he's king customer and he gets his food free and he wears a crown. How awesome would that be? It costs you a free meal, but I guarantee you people would stream in the doors all day hoping to be king customer. Have a fucking throne. God damn it, have a throne. Let's open a business. Dudes, we got to open a business. That is a fucking awesome idea. Every day you pick an arbitrary number, and then whatever customer that is, he's king customer, and he gets his food for free, and he gets to sit in a throne. Oh my God, it's perfect. Am I 9? I'm probably 9. But it's still a great idea. And you have to wait hand and foot on them, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want. Dude, that's genius. Give them a scepter. Oh my God, a scepter. But a scepter that doubles as like a fork. Oh my God, dress him in the Richie Rich outfit and give him the gold doubloon fork. Oh my God, king customer. And he gets to eat off everybody's plates. Oh, dude. This is the most perfect idea I've ever had in my life. It combines what I want to do when I get rich with a perfect business plan. We need to open a business, everybody. Who wants to invest? Come on, let's do it. I got $80 and half a bag of jelly beans. Who the fuck is in this job with me? King customer. I would even call the restaurant King Customer. Because we'd serve awesome food, but then that people would have to know that eventually, because people would just come in and be like, what the fuck is King Customer? And there'd be a sign explaining it. And I guarantee you people would come in and eat and they'd leave and come back for dinner. Dude, you would sell 2-3 meals to the same person every day hoping to be King Customer. When I used to work at El Paso, there was a laughs club in El Paso, and they had like a bullpen where people could win a drawing and they would sit in these like comfortable chairs and get free food. That's kind of like King Customer, but I am adding the element of the crown. Actually, I don't think those people really won. Maybe they'd win a drawing. I don't fucking know. You know what? Maybe is King Customer my idea? I think it is. I guess this is the idea a child would think is appealing or cool because maybe an adult doesn't really want to wear a crown. And also, what if the first King Customer has lice? I got to rethink King Customer. Well, no, they get to keep the crown. Done. Edible crown. Oh my God, dude, it's a tortilla. Fry it. It's a fried tortilla crown, and they get to wear it on their head. It's perfect. And then you get to eat it and keep it. Well, of course you eat it and keep it. Or you just keep it. You get your choice. Boom. You get your choice of edible crown or regular crown. Open a business with me, folks. Look at this. I'm an idea man, Chuck. We got to feed mayonnaise right to the tuna fish. You guys like music? Great. And I'll tell you what, if one of you doesn't like the King Customer idea, I'll just throw my complimentary watered down drink right in your fat face. I'll tell you can eat my dinner. I walk right the fuck out of there. Hold on, Chuck. I'm coming, buddy. I'm going to do this whole movie. You're going to play tennis with God. Hey, helium head, what's it take to pass out towels? Well, it's a skill like anything else. Excuse me, Mr. Tuttle. God damn it, I love that movie. I haven't seen it in forever. Any movie that can make Shelley Long frying eggs in her underwear look fucking awesome, great movie. She looked totally sexy. They panned up from her ankles all the way up, and I'm like, that's Shelley Long. That's the fucking homemaker's woman. She's cooking eggs. Nobody cares, but she looks totally sexy. And now I think it's important that I see all your breasts. Someone throws a phone at him. Who throws a phone? Who throws a shoe? Honestly. All right. So, Jesus, King Customer's an awesome idea. It is. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if I'm 9. I'll tell you what, because it sounds stupid, but at the second, if you walked in and you were a King Customer, you would think it was the greatest idea of all time. Photos of you. You know who that's a good idea for? Like Cartman thinks that's the best idea of all time. Cartman would eat there all the time because he'd just want to be King Customer. And every time he came in and he wasn't King Customer, he'd say, screw you guys, I'm going home. But he would come back every day to be King Customer. That's actually not a bad South Park episode. He keeps coming back and keep coming back. And then finally at the end, he is King Customer. And then he's like, he puts a guy to death because he takes it seriously. He's like Game of Thrones King Customer. I will not have anybody put to death. I tell you now, I vow this. If you guys invest in my business, I will not have anyone put to death. So my check engine soon light comes on. And I call Melvin, or I text him, I should say, and I tell him what's up. And he says, closed on Sunday, because I wanted to bring it in on Sunday. And I had mentioned to him I thought they were closed, and he confirms it. He's like, we're closed on Sunday, but you can bring it in tomorrow. And I said, well, you won't be there. And I hate doing that. Because he said he wouldn't be there. Why am I covering all this ground? So he's like, bring it in on Monday. And I'm not going to get a loaner unless they can fix the fucking oil, whatever the fuck. Did I move again? Guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You know what it is? This is a weird thing, Lily, and I apologize to you. It's because I have you turn me up so loud in my head that I'm overdriving in my own earbuds, so I think I'm too loud, and that's why I keep pulling back. I'm really sorry about that. So turn me down a skosh, and then it won't sound like, because it really sounds fuzzy in my earbuds because it's turned up so high. Folks, I don't know if you know this. Lily used to work in radio, and she has the most amazing recording equipment here in her building. She's got like a fucking
Can you
phaser.
hear yourself
I'm fine. I can hear me. I'm not really changing. It's the wrong knob, so I don't know what's happening. But Lily she's got a soundboard and she's got a mixer, and I'm not just talking to some fucking ping pong ball on a goddamn card table. I got an actual board and a wash and a thing. Oh, there we go. That's good. That's much better. Thank you. So I will try not to move now, and please tell me not to move. And everybody out there who writes me and says, hey, dude, your voice is dropping out, it's on me. It's my fault because I'm in a spinny chair. And, dude, King Customer got me excited, so I started spinning around a little bit, and then I got away from the microphone because I can hear me perfectly in my earbuds. But unfortunately, Lily is looking at the graph and seeing that it is not working. So anybody, if there's any sort of tech problem, write me and just tell me to stop spinning. That's all. Let's do that. Let's make it a hashtag. Facebook or on Twitter. Hey, 40-year-old boy, stop spinning. Now, if you're King Customer, you get to sit in a spinny chair. The throne spins. Oh, my God, the throne spins. Dude, we'll make the throne like Tommy Lee's drum set. Where you fucking, it's like a gyroscope and you spin around. God damn it. This is a big restaurant. We need a lot of square footage for the spinning fucking throne. Dude, half my restaurant is kitchen, half of it is spinning throne. You know what? We don't have any room for any other customers. First guy who walks in the door is King Customer. We sell him a meal, and then we close. The meal costs a ton. Holy shit, you got to pay a lot of money. But it's going to be awesome. And you get to keep the crown. And you get to choose edible crown or regular crown. So Melvin tells me he won't be there on Monday, but to bring the car in. I worked the rest of the day with the check engine soon light on. And then Monday, I didn't want to bring it in because I had errands to run and things to do. So I had to go ahead and hope that nothing bad happened to the car. So I had to run to the store, I had to do laundry, I had to go to the banks, I had a bunch of things that I had to do before I had to go out of town because I was leaving town for like 5-6 days. So it worked out where I did everything was fine. And then I went into the dealership, knowing full well my security blanket would not be there, which means I am exposed to the bare fangs and the sharpened talons of the other employees of Universal City Nissan who cannot wait to draw blood. That's all they're there for. Commission. I'm a walking dollar sign when I walk in. Not to be confused with a walking contradiction, which I would be if Green Day wrote a song about me. I'm a walking dollar sign. I walk in, I pull in. And I think you guys know I'm borderline autistic. I mean, I'm just fucking weird. I just am. I don't. I know what I want and I know how to get it. I want to destroy, possibly. I'm not about to go in and be told what to do. I'm someone who I know why I'm there. So I walk in and I have to deal with some other dude. So I go in and I go, hey, Melvin's my guy. I should say this older man looks at me and he goes, can I help you, sir? I said, Melvin's my guy. He told me to bring my car in. I'm just dropping it off. He goes, all right, well, I can take care of you because Melvin's not here today. I go, I understand that. I don't need any work done today. I'm dropping the car off and Melvin's going to take a look at it tomorrow and he's going to tell me what I need. He goes, well, I can just go ahead and put your name in here because I got to generate an invoice anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. What's your name? And I give him my name. And he goes, all right. And he punches me in and he goes, oh. He goes, well, it says here that you're really in need of some major service. And I said, Melvin's my guy. I'm just dropping the car off. He's going to take a look at it tomorrow and tell me what needs to be done. He goes, well, what seems to be the problem? And I go, well, the check engine soon light came on. And it's also in conjunction with the fact that I need an oil change. And I'm wondering if they are working together if they're in cahoots to get me in here to get the oil changed. And he says, oh, no, absolutely not. If you got the check engine soon line, that's a completely different problem. It means you got a rich mixture happening or something's going on in your engine that really needs to be taken care of right now. I said, I understand that. And he goes, all right, so I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you right now, we'll just say it's $135 because we're going to open it up and take a look at it. I go, Melvin's my guy. He told me to drop the car off and he'll take a look at it tomorrow and take care of it. And he goes, well, my name's Dave. I know I'm not Melvin, but I'm taking care of you now. I said, I understand that. Nobody's taking care of me. I talked to Melvin yesterday and this morning. He told me I could just drop the car off and it could sit here until tomorrow and then he'll evaluate it and figure out what needs to be done. He goes, well, I'm telling you right now, I'm looking here, you need major service. You know, your mileage, you're scheduled for it. I go, I understand that. And he goes, and I'll tell you what, he goes, it says here that you just had your brakes done. Did you get an extended warranty for your car? Because, you know, I know you've owned the car here since 2006. We can get you an extended warranty, and that'll cover a lot of your repairs up to the 100,000 mile mark. And I said, because now, you know what it is? I wanted to just yell, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch. I need an adult. I need an adult. Dave will not stop touching me. Somebody please help me. Where's my dad? Where's Melvin? And it was so funny. I actually texted Jill and I go, not Melvin just tried to sell me an extended warranty. When the fuck can I walk out of this building? I was so pissed. But he tried to sell me an extended warranty. He told me I need major service. And I just said, Melvin is my guy. And he goes, well, I'm Dave. And if Melvin doesn't come in tomorrow, I'm going to be taking care of your car. I said, if Melvin doesn't come in tomorrow, I will send somebody to get my car. And we're staring at one another, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's just kind of nodding. And now I'm wondering if I'm supposed to draw. Like, am I supposed to a gun and shoot this guy? Because we are literally having like a Mexican fucking standoff. Me, him, and then the third guy who doesn't know where to put my car because Dave wants to take it to the fucking worker dudes. I just want to park it on the side and let it sit there. So he's just staring at me, and I'm looking at him. And he goes, all right, sir, have it your way, but I'm telling you right now that we could go ahead and start work on it and it'll be ready by tomorrow. I go, it's staying here for a week. I'm flying out of town on a red eye tonight. That's why I'm dropping it off. I talked to Melvin today, spoke to him. I called him on his personal cell phone. We had a discussion. He told me I could just drop it and it wouldn't be a problem. He goes, well, it isn't a problem. Absolutely not. But if for some reason he doesn't come in tomorrow, I'm taking care of it. And I wanted to go, do you have a hit on Melvin? Like, what, is there something I should know about? Are you sending two guys to take care of him, or does he have like a terminal disease? Does he have cancer and he's not? Is that why he's not here? I mean, what the fuck? Why would he not be in tomorrow? He runs the fucking place. I was furious. And again, I'm a baby. I know what I want. I'm there. I just had a note pinned to my shirt that said Melvin sent me. Like literally, it's that bad. The only reason I go there is because of Melvin. All the rest of you motherfuckers can die in a fire. I don't care. I'm just here to get my car fixed and have Melvin take care of me. That's it. I just want Melvin to hold me to his competent breast and tell me everything's going to be fine. Squeeze me to your efficient bosom, Melvin, and tell me my car will be good. So Dave generates an invoice and he goes, okay, just sign here and here and initial here. And it says $145. And I said, why are you charging me $145? He goes, well, that's just standard, to enter the car in here so we know. I go, no, I'm not paying a dime. I'm not authorizing any work. I'm not signing anything. I told you. I talked to Melvin today. Melvin is my guy. And he goes, sir, I heard all that. It's just a standard number. I go, it's not a standard number. Don't tell me that's some base number. I go, and so he goes, well, we just need you to sign this so we can go ahead and get your car into the inventory. I go, great. I took the pen and in block letters I wrote, I am not authorizing any work until I hear from Melvin, and I wrote his last name. And I circled the number and I put an arrow and I go, I do not authorize this amount. And I circled the other number and I go, I do not authorize this. He made me do it because dude, fuck you. If you want a signature, you want my initials. And the arbitrary number that you said is just what, to get in the door? There's a cover charge for my fucking car, Dave? This isn't Beecher's Madhouse. A fucking ton of midgets are going to pummel out of my car in a goddamn zip line. I just want to park it, motherfucker. You don't own a parking lot. You're not a parking meter. I don't have to fucking pay you to put it here. Melvin runs the fucking show. Call him if you got a goddamn problem. Fuck me. I almost clotheslined this motherfucker. Are you kidding me? You're going to charge me to put my car in storage? Was there a sign outside that said dead Nissan storage when I walked in here? No, there wasn't. You know why? Because storing dead Nissans is not my fucking job. Oak's nice. So I'm just looking at him, and it's literally a staring contest. And finally, I just write in block letters all of these fucking things, and he just kind of looks at me mean, and I go, great. We okay? And he goes, sir, I'll just have them take a look at your car, and if Melvin doesn't come in tomorrow, I'll be the one who takes care of it. I go, great. And I immediately took out my phone and I just started texting Melvin and I go, hey, Melvin, Dave has already tried to sell me an extended warranty and David is trying to charge me $175 or $45 just to store my car. And I told him on the invoice, I don't want to authorize any work until you come in. I'm just making sure I have a record of this. Send. And he just wrote me, I'll take care of it. And I left. And I went home and waited to get on a red-eye flight. And that's when our friend Erica picked me up and took me out. And that's when I flew to see Jill. And I was in Milwaukee for like 5 days. And you know what's funny? I didn't talk about this. I should talk about this. When I was there, I had made some noise on this show about how I'm not a man. And Jill is in Wisconsin, surrounded by men in orange jumpsuits, killing ducks, carrying guns, running stop signs, riding motorcycles, bodies in their cellars. You know, those types of guys.
Yeah, men.
And I can't hope to compete with that, right? Right. But, and it's a running joke, I say to Jill all the time. I shouldn't even say this on here. Whenever anything like that comes up, you know, she knows someone there who did something tough. Some guy built a building or some guy whittled a birdhouse or whatever the fuck, all these guys that she knows. I always say to her, I'm like, well, your friends must wonder what the fuck you even see. You know, because if I meet these guys with their calloused hands and their beards and their fucking eye black, they all wear eye black everywhere they go. And I'm sure they're all tough. And they drive their Harleys and they're just super guys. And I'm going to meet them and I'm going to shake their hands with my soft hands, although they're a little fucking calloused up from the yerk, yerk, yerk. And I am vascular and I'm yoked. But not from like pulling nails out of a shed. I mean, I lift weights. I pay a guy to help me lift weights. So I'm not rough and tumble. So when I meet these guys and I shake their hands, and then I'm going to be like, hey, what do you do? And they're going to go, hey, we're smelters. And we run something in a room that is 2,000 degrees. What do you do? And I'm going to go, I talk on the computer. Like literally, I'm just going to look like such a pansy to these dudes. So I joke all the time that I'm not a man. But I say to her, I go, whenever those guys say to you, why are you with this fucking idiot from the internet? All we got to do is just look at him and just go, she's into Malakas, Dino. Which is from Weird Science. And it's a great scene where Kelly LeBrock, they're like, why are you with these idiots? And then she's like, it's purely sexual. And because the guy goes, what are you doing with these two Malakas? And she goes, it's purely sexual. And the guy goes, no shit. And then Anthony Michael Hall goes, she's into Malakas, Dino. So whenever I do something stupid, like get into a hot tub and pretend I'm soup, she looks at me and I just look at her and I go, she's into Malakas, Dino. Like that's the explanation. That's it. I'm not a man, but for some reason, she's into Malakas, Dino. So I made a joke about how I'm not a guy. And but when I got to Wisconsin, I was going to do something manly. I had to do it. So I said I was going to cook her dinner. Which I know doesn't sound manly, ostensibly, but it's as close as I'm going to get, folks. But I was going to grill for her. And I've never done that in my life. I was lucky. My butler was very adept at grilling and enjoyed doing it, and so she'd make chicken breasts or she'd make whatever she was going to make, and then I would sit there like a fat Jabba the Hutt, and she would bring me my food, and everything would be great until she left. So, you know, things are changing. I'm becoming a different person, and I'm trying to do things and trying to make things work out. And so I wanted to do something good because I like to do things for Jill. Like when she was coming out here, and again, it's so weird. And this says more about me than anything else. Like she was coming out here, so I wanted to make sure I had cool stuff at the house that she liked. So I wanted to get like her brand of beer, and I wanted to get I wanted to get coffee. So I was texting her pictures of coffee from the grocery store. Do you like this? Would you like this? And she's like, honey, I don't care. Coffee's coffee. It's fine. And I'm like, no, I totally want to get this like awesome coffee, whatever you like. Because I like doing things. So I was like, I'm going to cook you dinner. And she would tease me about it. I'm like, what kind of steak do you like? And she's like, I like a ribeye. And I was like, all right, how do you like it? She's like, I like it medium rare. So I'm like, all right, that's my starting point. So I already knew one of the things I was going to make. Well, I knew I was going to make steaks. But then my mom has a recipe that, like, I don't know the first fucking thing about it. I've never cooked it. All I've done is eat it. But I know it's super fucking delicious. And it's called party potatoes. And so I told my mom, I go, look, I need the recipe for party potatoes. And she's like, okay. And she goes, you know what? There's another thing. Because I told her I was grilling. I go, I'm cooking dinner for Jill, and I've never done this before, and I really want to make a good impression. She's like, oh, well, I'll get you that recipe. It's fine. It's her basically homemade potatoes au gratin recipe. But it's different from potatoes au gratin, and you'll hear why in a minute. So she's going to send me that, and then she's like, hey, are you going to make? Dan has a great thing for the grill. You can make bacon wrapped onions. I'm like, really? What's that? And she told me, and I was like, all right, well, send me how to do that, and so I start researching how to cook a steak online. And I got to tell you, man, everybody's got a different fucking opinion on what to do on a steak. And the way I look at a steak should be like salt and pepper, maybe a little garlic, and then you cook it. I don't need a marinade. I don't need to put it in fucking Italian dressing. I don't need any sauce. I don't need any A1. You know me. I like the taste of steak. That's what I like. So I asked Jill, like, I'm like, how do you want me to make this? And she's like, honey, it's not important. I go, no, it is important. That's the thing. You need to tell me because it's important to me that I do it right. And that's why I said, I want, what cut do you like and how do you like it cooked? She's like, medium rare ribeye. And she goes, you know what? I don't, I go, well, I'm not going to put a marinade on it or anything. She goes, no. She goes, just make a steak. And I go, good. That's all I want to hear. So also, Jill likes really spicy food. So I started to do some research because I knew, because the party potatoes are like really thick and kind of cheesy and they're real, sour creamy. And then the steak is going to be rich. So I wanted to have something that was kind of like a palate cleanser, but also kind of spicy. So I started to do some research on some like jalapeno coleslaws that I was going to make. So I found like 4 different ones that sounded great. So I printed them out. And then I went to a website that told you how to grill a steak, and I watch Primal Grill. I watch all these fucking shows, and I know you guys do it all the time. You cook, you grill. I've never done it, and I'm about to do it for someone who I really would like to kind of impress, because this is the bullet I have in my gun, because I don't even have a fucking gun. Like I said, she's palling around with all these cowboys, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm nobody. So I get there to town, and we had plans. There were certain things we're going to do on like Wednesday and Thursday, and then I wasn't sure about Friday. So I get to town on Tuesday morning, and I say to her, I'm still planning on cooking dinner. And she's like, all right, we're doing this day, and we're doing this day. And I go, well, I leave Saturday, and so that we couldn't. And so I go, so that leaves kind of tonight. And she goes, yeah. She goes, do you want to cook dinner tonight? I go, that's fine. I go, but I'm going to have to make a shopping list, and we're going to have to go shopping because I have all this stuff that I need to get. And she's like, honey, you don't have to do this. I go, I know I don't have to. I want to. I really want to do this. I just didn't know I was doing it when I got off the fucking plane. And what's funny is on the plane, when I get in the plane, you know me, I get in the seat by the window and I throw in my earbuds and I go to sleep. Well, I actually took my notebooks with me to my seat so I could write down like a menu and recipes and shopping lists and all that kind of stuff. But then I didn't. I just sat in my seat and I went to sleep, figuring I wasn't going to be cooking that day. So we got to the house, and then I sat down, and it wasn't hard. I took out the coleslaw recipes, and I knew the steaks, and I knew where I wanted to go because I knew I said, look, there's an artisan butcher in town. I want to go there. I looked it up on the internet, and I had known about it, and I had driven past it when I was in her town before. And she's like, well, the one in this town is actually better. I said, done. Let's go there. So I made out my grocery list, which was a giant page. And we get in the car, and we go to Sendik's, which is a grocery store there. And because I told her, I go, I need a fancy store. She goes, what do you mean? I go, do you have a Whole Foods? She goes, nope. I go, what about a Trader Joe's? She goes, nope. I go, well, I can't go to just fucking Piggly Wiggly. I said, I don't know what they have. I need a store that has good produce and good stuff. I go, I'm getting the steaks from a butcher shop, so I want to make sure I get good stuff. And she's like, we'll go to Sendik's. Sendik's is like kind of that. And I said, great. So we go to Sendik's, and it was everything that like a Trader Joe's would be. For fancy level, organic, all that kind of stuff. Because you can go to fucking Stater Brothers, you can go to Ralph's or whatever, and it's just, they got food. I don't want just fucking food. Look, dude, again, this is my best shot. This is my best goddamn shot. I got to have an organic cabbage, for fuck's sake. So we go shopping, Jill and I. And I will tell you this. I love shopping. Like, if I'm with Jill, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm having fun, and I'm going around and I'm looking at stuff. And to me, it's just this fucking awesome supermarket sweep where you're finding stuff and you're throwing it in the cart. And she shops. I mean, I don't know if she likes it or she doesn't. Let's put it this way. She might like it. She doesn't love it like I do. And so I'm walking through the aisles and I'm going, all right, I need this sour cream and I need this. And I'm starting to, in my head, do measurements, and I'm crossing out on my list and I'm grabbing stuff. And about the 4th aisle, she starts to ask me, because I was in the spice aisle and I grabbed bay leaves. She goes, I think I have bay leaves at the house. I go, are you sure you have bay leaves at the house? And she goes, I think I do. I go, I need to know that you have them because I need this and I don't want to run back out. And she's like, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got them. I go, I'm buying them. I'm buying them. Because you know what? You can never have enough bay leaves. We'll just have bay leaves and we'll have them in the fucking cabinet. It'll be perfect. So I throw them in the cart. And then I grab more stuff. I grab some other spices. I go, do you have salt? And she goes, well, I have salt and pepper. I go, but do you have kosher salt and like a pepper mill where I can crack pepper? She goes, well, I have the little kosher salt mill, but I don't think I have the pepper. I go, well, I have to get a pepper mill then. And she's like, you don't have to get a pepper mill. I go, I do. I need cracked salt and pepper for the steak. It's what I need to have. So I grab it and I throw it in the cart. And then I'm like, do you have tongs? She goes, what do you mean? I go, barbecue tongs. She goes, well, yeah, I have like metal tongs. I go, no, not metal tongs. I need like a handle on them so I can flip the steaks. You can't use the steak. You can't put a fork into a steak when you're grilling it because the juices go everywhere. You need to flip it over with tongs. She goes, well, I have tongs. I go, no, like barbecue tongs. And she goes, I don't. And so there's a pair like right there, they're like $15, and I grab them and I put them in the cart. And she's like, why are you getting these tongs? And I go, because we need them. She goes, no, I told you I have tongs. I go, no, I don't want metal tongs because they'll burn my hand. I go, these have like a thing on the end, so I totally can use them to flip a steak. It's what the guy on TV uses. She's like, you don't need what the guy on TV uses. I go, but yes, I do. It's important. So I'm going down the aisles and I'm grabbing stuff and I'm just throwing it in the cart. Because I don't fucking care. I'm making dinner and I'm going to have everything that I fucking need to make this dinner. So we finally get to the produce section and I grabbed fresh jalapenos and I grabbed some other stuff. And also I had to grab some lime juice. But I needed to get, like, I didn't want to buy like 10 limes and juice them. So I wanted to buy this lime juice, but then they were out of it. But then I had this woman take me over to the fucking thing. Oh, I should tell you this too. We had forgotten something. So I go, I'll get it. And I skipped to the aisle. On purpose, because I thought it would be ridiculous. So I like skipped through the fucking supermarket and I turned the corner. And when I came back, Jill's like, everybody in the bank laughed at you when you skipped by. I said, good. That's why I did it. I don't care. And she just laughed and she just goes, and this is her thing. She's like, you are interesting. And I'm like, I hope that's good. She goes, oh no, it's very good. I said, good. So then I go to the produce section and I start pulling out jalapenos and then we came to the cabbage. And I had to decide, do I want to buy a full head of cabbage? Or do I want to buy half a head of cabbage? Do I want to buy some purple cabbage and mix it up so it's colorful and it looks good? And I should tell you, I had to buy a 5-pound bag of potatoes. And I threw those in the cart. And I grabbed the limes and the lime juice. And then I grabbed some jalapenos and I grabbed some other stuff. And so, but I'm at the cabbage and I keep going back and forth. I have a head of cabbage in my hand. But then I go over to the pre-cut cabbage, and I'm like, well, they have this coleslaw cabbage, but I don't want to do that. That seems like a waste. I need to make an effort here. I need to make a goddamn dinner. I need to chop my own cabbage. So I go over, and I'm like, but you know what? It's silly. If I buy a whole head of cabbage and a whole head of purple cabbage, that's just a waste. Because I already bought 2 bunches of cilantro. And because here, I'll let you in on a little secret about me. As I said, I was an orgy of just throwing things in the cart. I had 4 separate coleslaw recipes. I bought the ingredients for all 4 coleslaw recipes because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to make. I wasn't sure which one was going to be good. And also, I should tell you this. One of them was like it was a fancy, like really kind of spicy one where you made a spicy emulsion that you threw over it. And that was the one I really wanted to make, but I wasn't sure they would have the fancy ingredients that I needed because I needed avocado oil and I needed wasabi powder. So Sendik's, luckily, it turns out had avocado oil and it was only $12 a bottle. So I grabbed that and I threw it in the cart. And then I got the wasabi powder, and I'm getting the limes, I'm getting all the stuff, but I'm in the cabbage section, and I'm going back and forth, and I'm not kidding you. 6 minutes, I'm looking at green cabbage and purple cabbage and then walking over to the coleslaw. And then I'm taking the bag, and I'm going, no, I should get another head of cabbage. No, I should get a purple head of cabbage. What if I bought a quarter head of cabbage? Because they have quarter heads, but what if I bought 2 quarters? What if that's not enough? And then I should buy the bag of, and I'm going back and forth myself, looking back and forth, and all of a sudden, I look over to the end of the produce section, and there's Jill leaning on the cart, eyes closed, rubbing her temples, just miserable. I mean, if you were to look up miserable in the dictionary, there's my girlfriend rubbing her temples in the produce section as I spent 6 minutes to pick out fucking cabbage. Oh my God, it was hard. And we hadn't even been to the butcher shop yet. We hadn't even go. I mean, dude. And I saw it, and in my head, I just went, oh, you got to get the fuck out of here, dude. So you know what? I grabbed the pre-chopped cabbage, because it had a mix of purple and green, and I didn't want to buy too much, because I had already bought 2 bunches of cilantro and 15 jalapenos and a bunch of other shit, and I threw it all in the cart. And then we go to check out. And, I should tell you this. I did put the tongs back. Because I listened to her and I was like, no, it's okay. And then I also, there was other things I started to put back. And then she's like, why are you putting stuff back? And I go, because you just said that I don't need any of this stuff. You have it at the house. She goes, well, I'm not sure if I have it at the house. I mean, just dude. So then we go to check out. And it was a lot of money. And we paid and we left. And then we go to the butcher shop. And I told the guy I need 2 ribeyes. And he's like, great. And I said, I need some bacon. He said, fine. And we got that. And then Jill's like, we're going to Walmart. I said, why are we going to Walmart? She goes, because you need tongs. I said, I don't really need tongs. It's fine. You said you have tongs. She goes, no, I want you to do this the right way. So we stopped at Walmart to look for tongs. And the reason, look, here's, again, I'm dumb. The only reason I wanted barbecue tongs was I wanted the ones with the wooden ends because they look like the TV guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Because that's what you use. That's how you make great steaks. You have to have good tongs. And then when we get to Walmart, we're looking. She goes, you know what? She goes, I actually have these kinds of tongs. I go, you serious? She goes, yeah. And I go, well, let's get out of here. What are we looking at tongs for? So we bailed on Walmart, which is good because I didn't want to make a non-union steak with non-union tongs. Fuck that. So we leave, and I didn't eat. I got to be honest. Look, I've cooked before. I've cooked in restaurants, but I've not cooked a real meal before. So I underestimated the prep time, really, I think. Because I didn't even start cooking till like 6:30. And by cooking, I mean chopping stuff and boiling stuff. You know, it's like you wish you could just wave a magic wand and food is ready. But no, you got to cut a bunch of stuff up. Did you know that? You got to chop up a bunch of stuff. So she had knives. I had to sharpen those, and then I had to fucking get her and boil the fucking potatoes. And I had to peel 5 pounds of potatoes after they boiled, so they were hot. And I had to decide on a coleslaw, and I had to make the emulsion, which I made first, and then I threw it into the, you got to give it a couple hours in the fridge so it gets all together. I threw the potatoes on, then I made the coleslaw, and I chopped up the jalapenos, and I chopped up all the cabbage, and I chopped up cilantro, and I chopped up some onions, and I threw it all in there, and I threw in the emulsion, and I mixed it up so that flavors would blend together, and then I threw it in the fridge, and she kept going, do you want any help? And I go, I've got this, honey, I've got this. So she would come talk to me, and she'd hang out in the kitchen, and then she'd go away, and then she sat down with her computer, and we talked, and then the potatoes had to go, and the party potato recipe that my mom sent is for 5 pounds of party potatoes. Because my mom would make 2 batches of those at Christmas, and then you'd eat them all week. You know, they would just sit in the fridge, and in the middle of the night, you'd make a fucking plate of them because it's potatoes, and I think there's 3 sticks of butter, and then a container and a half of sour cream, and then this cream of chicken soup, and then chives, and it's just like fucking, so there's 5 pounds of potatoes. And then you have to make a giant Dutch oven saucepan of the sauce, and then you pour that over the potatoes, and then you bake it all together. So, logically, you reduce the recipe from 5 pounds and you portion everything out appropriately. However, if you've never cooked this before, all you want is for it to be right. So I made the full batch of 5 pounds of party potatoes. Threw them in the oven to bake. She had to go find a pan suitable for the size of the potatoes. And I loaded it up and we threw it in to bake. And it says it's supposed to bake like 45 minutes, but I let it bake for almost like an hour and 45 minutes because I wanted to make sure it was done. And and also you have to throw like a full cup of cheddar cheese on the top, and you melt the cheddar cheese in the sauce, and it's just, dude. So comes time to make the steaks. And I didn't know about setting the fire on the grill. So she put the coals in, and I go, I can do this. And she's like, no, I don't mind helping. She goes, I go, what do I do with this stuff? She goes, you squirt it on there. It was the starter. And then she goes, you set fire to the coals. And so I threw some matches in there. I set the coals on fire. And it was cold, by the way, in Wisconsin. So here's what you have to do with steak. You have to heat the grill up and get it super hot. And then you have to move the coals over to one side of the grill so you can do indirect grilling. Because that's how you make steaks perfect. So I took the steaks out and I let them thaw to get to room temperature. Not thaw, but like get out from the fridge and get to room temperature. And then I covered them with cracked salt and pepper on both sides. And I let them sit, like I said, for about 15 minutes on the countertop, and I let the grill get hot. And then I went out and I moved all the coals over. And I checked the potatoes, and I checked the coleslaw, and I'm getting plates out. And I put on the bacon-wrapped onions when we started the grill. Because what you do is I took some Vidalia onions, and you cut them down the center, and you put like a fucking quarter stick of butter in the middle, and you wrap 2 things of bacon around them. 2 strips of bacon. And I went out to the grill, and I fucking threw it out there. And it's freezing, but I don't care. And then I brought the steaks out, and I threw them on, and they sizzled. And I should tell you this. I said, hey, I need a meat thermometer. She's like, you don't need a meat thermometer. You can look at the steaks and you know when they're done. Look, I know how to do the hand thing where it's like, this is medium rare, this is rare, and this is, not the mitten from Michigan, but the rareness of your steak. Although I guess you could combine them. Like if someone said, hey, how do you like your steak? You'd say Ypsilanti. How do I want my steak? Oh, straight Ann Arbor. All right, so I take the steaks outside. Oh, I told her I needed a meat thermometer. I'm like, dude, we need a meat. And this is when we were out shopping, and she's like, why do you need a meat thermometer? Oh, that was one of the things we went to Walmart for. I forgot that because I forgot about with the tongs, because I wanted it to be perfect. I told her I want this to be perfect, and she's just like, again, she's used to men. Men cut meat off of a corpse in the backyard and throw it on an open flame, and they pull it out and they bite it. That's what they do. I need everything to be goddamn perfect. I need to buy 4 different coleslaw ingredients and decide which one in the moment. That's who I am as a guy. That's what this show is. This show is 4 different versions of coleslaw, and I pick a different one each week. That's how it works. I can't fucking be expected to whittle it down. I had a menu. I had steaks, I had onions, I had all that planned. The Vidalia onions, which are perfect, like I said, you cut them open, you put like a quarter stick of butter, and you wrap them in 2 strips of bacon. Perfect! And you wrap them in foil, and you put them on the grill until they get soft. Good. Done. And she likes onions, so I'm ready. So I got the steaks, and I'm ready to get out there, and I put them on the grill, and I just, you hear them sizzling, and I put them on the indirect side, of course, not over the coals. And the thing is, you don't fucking flip a steak a million times, folks. Listen to me. Listen to a guy who knows how to make steaks. You put the steaks down and you let them. And so I had my stopwatch. I had my iPhone out with my stopwatch, and I had my meat thermometer out. Dude, I was very technological. I was Bill Nye the steak guy. That's who the fuck I was. So I throw the fucking steaks on there, and they start sizzling. And it's 6 minutes aside. So you let them go 6 minutes aside, and then you pick them up with your fancy tongs and you flip them over. And I didn't need grill marks. I wasn't going that route just yet. I'll do that in the future, folks, yes. But now we're just trying to make good steak. So I flip them over and I go with another 6 minutes on that side. And then I put the meat thermometer in, and they're not ready just yet. So I put the top on and I let them fucking cook. And I let the onions cook and I let the steaks cook. And then I go inside and I pull out the potatoes, and they're bubbling and they're fucking done. I put them on top of the oven, and I'm using my time wisely, folks. That's the most important. I'm using my time wisely, and I'm cleaning as I go. All the dishes are done. That's not a mess. I'm not a fucking psychopath. The kitchen is clean. The food is done. I'm getting out the plates. I'm getting out the forks and the knives, and I set it all up. And I go out there, and the steaks, I put the thermometer in, and boom, the steaks are done, man. And I put them on a platter, and I put a lid on the platter, and I bring them in, because you got to let your meat rest. Let your meat rest, folks. You don't cut it right away. You let it get inside, and you finish cooking it on the countertop. You don't cook it all the way on the grill. You let it finish cooking on the countertop, God damn it. So I bring the meat inside and I let it rest, and I set it up face. I go, look, would you like me to make you a plate, or do you want to just, will you serve ourselves? How do you want to do this, honey? And she's just like, this is your show, whatever you want to do. I said, all right. So I said, I'm going to make us plates. I said, have a seat. So I had her sit down, and and the potatoes, dude, 5 pounds of fucking bubbling cheese potatoes. And I scoop out some for her, and I get her some of the spicy coleslaw, because she doesn't even know what that is yet. I made it. She didn't know what it was. And then I take the steak and I put it on the plate, and I put them both on the table. And she was drinking milk, I believe. And I had some water. And I said, I have to take a photo of this. And she's like, of course you do. And I said, yeah, because that's who I am. I'm interesting. So I went ahead and I fucking snapped a photo. And I put it up on Facebook the next day. I didn't do it that night because I would have. I was going to put it up that night. But as I set up dinner, because I had, time gets away from me when you're cooking and you're prepping and you don't realize. I put the plates on the table, and I look at the clock after my stopwatch ended, and I look at my phone. It's 11:15 p.m. We're having dinner at 11:15 p.m. And she sits down, and dudes, it was fucking amazing. It was amazing. The coleslaw had time to blend, so it was like spicy because the dressing itself was spicy with the wasabi powder, but it also had jalapenos and onions inside of it, and it cut right through the richness of the potatoes, which were perfectly done. They were soft, they were cheesy, they were perfect and hot, bubbly, gorgeous, and God damn, your boy can cook a steak. Your boy can cook a fucking steak, because they were perfect ribeyes, and I cut into mine, and I will be honest with you, they probably each could have used another 90 seconds on the grill. 90 seconds, because there was a part that was a little more rare than I wanted it to be, but the actual fillet part was medium rare. It was pink and juicy, and dudes, I think we all know I'm about pink and juicy. And she ate a bite, and she looked at me, and she just goes, this is perfect. And I said, it is, isn't it? It really is. Because I didn't even want to just go, well, I'm glad you enjoy it, or fucking Superman or Clark Kent or whatever the fuck. Bullshit. I was Superman. I was just like, I was Superman, but I was a trash talking Superman, because I was like, it is, right? It's fucking great. Like, this is really good. Like, the salt and pepper that I put on it had cooked into it, so it was just perfectly seasoned. God damn, it was great. Like, you know what? To the point where you know what? I know what we're serving at King Customer. King Customer, we're just serving steaks and party potatoes and fucking jalapeno coleslaw. And every day there'll be a different coleslaw. It depends on what I feel like in the morning. But when King Customer comes in, he's going to bite that ribeye and the spinning throne will spin and the spinning fucking crown will spin and it'll be fucking perfect. Because it was goddamn perfect. So I'll tell you what, I don't have a gun and I don't have an orange jumpsuit yet. But when it comes to cooking meat on an open flame, I am all goddamn man. To the point where I may never do it again. You know what? I may never do it again. Unless we open King Customer, I may never do it again. I may just bronze my tongs and hang them. Because I did it once and I did it well. She couldn't believe it. The best part of it was I was there 5 days. We ate potatoes every goddamn day. Eventually she was just pulling them out with an ice cream scoop and throwing them, because the next morning I made eggs and we threw jalapenos and onions, bacon. We baconed them with the eggs and we made bacon and eggs and onions and jalapenos and we heated up the potatoes and we ate them, and toast. And dude, it was you know what? Eating breakfast with my girlfriend was like the fucking greatest thing of all time at our kitchen table. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. And then all week we ate leftover steak, and it was just because we ate like 3 bites of our ribeye because neither of us can eat. We split food all the goddamn time. But for 5 days, you know what? It was over $90 at the fucking checkout thing, but it didn't matter because we ate for 5 goddamn days. And then, you know what? That's $90 before steaks and bacon. That's pre-meat. That's $90 pre-meat. So the bottom line is I'm a man. I'm a man who takes pictures of his food and puts it on Facebook like an idiot. Hi, I cooked this. I'm interesting. I'm awesome. So while I'm away establishing my man bona fides, however you want to say it, there's a rumbling in the distance back in California as my Murano gets taken under the wing of a young Melvin. And he brings it to the shop and he looks at it. And I don't ask him anything. I don't text him. I don't talk to him. And about the 3rd day that I'm there, I get a text from Melvin. And it just says, fuel pump, $790. Which is a gut punch for me. That's parts and labor, $790. And so I text him, I'm like, are you sure? And he says, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I authorize the work. Do whatever you think has to be done. I said, also, the blinker on my car is out, the right blinker. Because just before, it was funny, when Jill was in town, the blinker went out right when I got to the airport. And I'm like, God damn it. Because again, I drive so much for a living. If I don't have a right blinker, I look like an ass because I'm constantly wedging into lanes without the blinker on, and I just look like even worse than I am. Travis Barbecue really looks like a dick. So I need a fully functioning car. So I'm like, Melvin, do me a favor. That's fine. Do whatever you have to do. And then, you know what? The blinker needs to be taken care of. And also, it won't shut up about a fucking oil change. Will you just make sure it needs to be done? And he's like, Roger. And I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. We're not in Top Gun. I feel the need for you to fix my fucking car and not say Roger on a text. So, and he said, you've lost that text and feeling. And then, you know what's funny? They cleaned out my air filter. Tom Skerritt's mustache was in it. All right, so, and by the way, I apologize. I keep moving away from the microphone. If it's dropping out, it's me. It's my fault. It's not hers. I keep spinning the chair and moving around because I'm a child. However, when I cook a steak, I stand perfectly fucking still. Man. That made me laugh. All right, so I authorize the work. And then I spend the rest of my time in Milwaukee having fun. And then I come back home. And our friend Erica was picking me up. And I talked a little bit last week about how Jill ran out of gas and Erica was running out of gas, and I had to go pick up my car. Well, when I landed Saturday at 4:40, and they close at 6. So I texted him. I go, dude, I'm coming in from LAX. I don't know if I'm going to make it in time, but I need to pick up the car because I work a double tomorrow. And he says, no problem. It's going to be great. He goes, can you pay the bill over the phone and then just pick it up after hours? I said, yeah, that's fine. I go ahead and tell me what I have to do, and we'll figure it out credit card wise. So I'm in the car with Erica texting with Melvin. So I get a note then from Nissan. Oh, dude, I got to fucking tell you this. When I had the showdown with Dave and then I left, once I left the dealership, I got an immediate text and it said, hi, I'm Dave. I'll be handling your car. Go ahead and text me at this number right away when you need any sort of service done. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing texting me, Dave? But it turns out, I guess, whoever enters the invoice, that automatically happens. Because then when he says he'll send me an invoice, I get a thing and it says, hi, here's your bill for Nissan. Go to this website and pay it. So I go to it and I get my invoice and I open it up. And now I can't talk to Melvin because I'm doing this over the phone. And also, they're after hours. He's leaving, so he's gone. And so I can't discuss my invoice. So I don't know the work that's actually been done. All he said was fuel pump, and he quoted me $790. And I said, all right, cool. There's the oil change in the blinker as well. And he was like, great. So I just get a number. I don't even get an itemized invoice, and I get a number, and it's $978, which seems high. Even if you add in the light bulb for the blinker and the oil change, we're barely at $820. So I have no choice but to pay it because I'm in the car and I get the invoice and I need the car for the morning, and I'm on my way to pick it up. I would love to just call them and discuss it, but again, they're not answering the phone because they are closed. So Erica and I are driving. I tell her I'm about to pay another $1,000 for my car. She scoffs at me and laughs because that's what she does, because every time I get in her car, I have to tell her about some shitty thing that happened to my car. And I ask her if she'll take me right to the dealership to get my car. She said, of course, she'd agreed to that previously. So we get to the dealership. I walk in, and they told me to go ahead, just go out to the back because the office is closed, and my car will be there with the keys in it, and just tell the security guard that I'm driving my car off the lot. So I said, great. I show up with the security guard. I say goodbye to Erica. She takes off. I walk in the back. There's the Murano looking gorgeous. Melvin had it washed as well. Good for him. That probably added $200 to the bill. Thanks. Anyway. I say to the security lady, hi, I'm just picking up this car. She goes, fantastic. I think the keys are in it. I open the door, and there's my keys right in the center console. I have to move. There's a piece of paper over them. So I move and I find my key fob. And there's no invoice in my car. So I get in and I start it, and the check engine soon light off. And the, hey, maybe you should check your oil prompt, gone. And the sticker in the upper left-hand corner telling me the next mileage where I'll need to get oiled, it's pressed right in there neatly. Everything is fine. Now, I don't know if the fuel pump is working because I don't know what the fuck a fuel pump does. All I know is the car started and everything seems to be okay. So I put on my right blinker, and it starts to click really quickly. And I go in the back and I look, and hey, guess what? Didn't fix my right blinker. Well, perhaps I'll just go over to the service department and mention it. No, I won't. They're not there. Perhaps the security guard has a light bulb in her office. I'm sure she does not. So I'm pissed because I have to work a double the next day with no motherfucking blinker. I get in my car. I turn on the radio. I buckle the seatbelt, and I push the predetermined 1 setting so my seat goes back to where it is and not the size of a midget who fixed it in the goddamn service department. Because I got to stretch my legs when I drive, folks. I'm a man. And I look down into the console where my key fob was, and I note that something's different. I said there was a piece of paper covering it. The piece of paper covering my key fob is a detailed, handwritten instruction manual for me of how to do my closing paperwork in Venice when I work. Because it was different. When I worked in Hollywood, I trained there, and their system is different from Venice's. Well, when I started in Venice, nobody really trained me. The lead drivers would do the paperwork, but I knew eventually I would need to learn how. So I would try to do it, and I would always fuck it up. So finally I sat down with a manager once, and I said, let's go through this step by step, and I will write it down because I'm embarrassed that I can't do it. So we figured it out, and I had to bring the sheet in with me periodically to learn it for the first week, but then after that it became second nature, and I knew how to do it. But I kept the piece of paper as a reminder, and just in case any other driver would need it. And I keep that piece of paper in my center console, where I also have like 30 pens because I need people to sign slips of paper telling me that they've gotten their pork. So it dawns on me, why the fuck is that piece of paper out of my center console? There's no reason to go in my center console. You're not going to fix anything there. And I had a suspicion, and I hoped it wasn't right, but I had a suspicion. So I opened my center console, and I mentioned that I keep like 30 pens in there. Well, I also keep about $20 worth of change in there, so when I park as I'm driving, I can hit a meter and not have to worry about getting a ticket. I open my center console. There's 30 pens. There's not a fucking penny left in the center console.
Oh, man.
It was quarters, it was dimes, it was nickels, but I would say half of it was pennies because whenever I got change from anywhere, I would just throw it in the center console and knew I had it there for parking. Maybe once every couple of months, I would harvest the quarters and I'd wind up with like $30 in quarters for laundry. But I had easily $20 to $25 worth of parking change in my console. And here's the thing, not only is it fucking gone, they took everything, the pennies, they took all of the fucking change and put the pens back. They had to take the piece of paper out, they had to take the 30 pens out, they had to pull out all the change and then put the other stuff back. So there was an effort here. It wasn't like they stumbled into it. It wasn't like an accident. They fucking made a concerted effort to steal my shit. And then even weirder, there's like 3 paper clips and there's a Monday Night Tease button in there that Lily gave me. And then there's a Prince erotic titty button. They sorted those out of the change and left them in the console. So that's what I mean by a concerted effort. They didn't just grab handfuls of shit. They fucking took the stuff they wanted and put the other stuff back and left other stuff behind. They made sure they only took the money. I was fucking furious. Fucking furious. And I grabbed my phone and I texted Melvin and I went, seriously? I just picked up my car and they stole at least $20 to $25 of the parking change out of my center console. I have dumped $4,000 into this fucking car over the past 3 months. And you're going to steal all of the money? They took every fucking penny, Melvin. I said, I'm horrified. I know you're closed. I'll call you Tuesday. And he texted immediately, to his credit, and he just went, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll take care of it. I will absolutely look into it. And then he texted it again, and then he texted it again. So 3 different times it came through. And I was so pissed, and I wanted to say to him, dude, I know this isn't you, all right? But at this point, I have to talk to somebody, and he's going to get the brunt of it, unfortunately, because he's my guy. So I left. I went to work the next day, which was Sunday, and they were closed. And then he wasn't there on Monday. So I texted him, and I go, and the blinker's not fixed. And he goes, the blinker was working fine when I left. I go, it's not working now. And he's like, come in Tuesday. He goes, we'll swap out the blinker and we'll talk. So I call him Tuesday and I go, look, I'm going to come by. I go, this is ridiculous that someone stole it. He goes, dude, I got to be honest with you. We had 4 thefts this weekend. He goes, this happens. He goes, sometimes there'll be like a wave and we put in hidden cameras and we bust guys and then it doesn't happen again. He goes, it happened like 5 years ago. I go, I remember that. That's when they stole my fucking $400 prescription sunglasses out of my car. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, well, we had like there's like a mini crime wave and then we bust guys and we fire them and it doesn't happen again. He goes, so yeah, we're going to have to put some hidden cameras up. I said, great. I go, but in my car? I go, dude, they stole the money out of my car. I go, this is just ridiculous. He goes, I understand and I'm really sorry. He goes, I'm looking into it. I'll figure it out. I said, okay, here's another thing I need to talk to you about. I go, when you sent me my text and you quoted me my price, you said it was $790. He goes, yeah. I go, my invoice was for $975. He's like, what? I said, yeah. I said, I paid for $975 because I couldn't talk to you. I couldn't ask you about it. I go, I didn't know if that was what the oil change and the blinker came out to. And he goes, we didn't even fix the blinker. It was working. I go, well, it's not working now. And he goes, I hear you. He goes, it's probably going to burn out. We'll fix it. Just bring it in. He goes, but let me double check. He goes, that doesn't make any sense. I quoted you one price. That's how much it should be. He goes, I wasn't in the office when they sent you the invoice. And I go, well, they threw something in there. So you got to figure it out. He's like, all right, cool. So 2 hours goes by. I'm at work. And then my phone rings and it's Universal City Nissan. It's not Melvin because it's not his personal number. And I answer and it's a woman from the service desk. And she's like, hi, this is someone from the service desk. Is this Mike Schmidt? And I said, yes. She goes, well, we just talked to Melvin and he says that we made an error on Saturday regarding your bill. So we need to fix your blinker. You need to come in and get that taken care of. And also, I'm authorized to refund you $198 today, which was fucking amazing. Like I never anticipated that happening, and the fact that he took care of it so quickly was great. So I was like, oh, I go, okay. She goes, well, you can give me the credit card over the phone. I go, I'd prefer not to do that. I'd prefer to come in and do it. She's like, all right, whenever you want, come in. And I go, because they have to fix the blinker anyway. She goes, great, come on in and do it. So I went in the next day, and I thanked Melvin, and he's like, yeah. He goes, that's ridiculous that they charge you. Because I wasn't there, and service went ahead and they added labor and that I had already authorized not adding. I said, okay, cool. I go, but this thing with the change, he goes, we're working on it. I'm sorry. He goes, I'm apologizing. I factored it into your refund because when you figure in the taxes and stuff like that, he goes, so we refunded you like $30 in addition to what you overpaid. I said, I appreciate it. So I went in, they put it back on my credit card, and I split. But again, I dumped $800 into the car. They stole money, but he refunded it. But so what? So what? Who fucking steals money? They're animals, Cotter. So then I work all week, and then I work a double on Saturday. Everything seems to be fine, and I wake up Sunday, and I'm home all day doing laundry, running around, and then I have to go work Sunday night. So I go out to my car, and I start it, and my car makes the worst noise I've ever heard in my life. It sounds like Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber going, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Remember that? Well, imagine that, but with a fucking click in the middle of it. Because I started my car, and it goes like this loud. It sounds like you're grinding up fucking trees by the side of the road on one of those wood chipper motherfucking things. Like there's a wood chipper under my fucking engine. And I'm like, and literally, I'm not joking. I started my car, and it goes, and I went, ha ha! Of course. And I'm on my way to work, and I have a double the next day, so I can't fucking afford it. And it's Sunday; they're closed anyway. So I put the car in reverse, and I go to back out, and it just gets louder, and it starts whining loudly. And I back out, and then here's again. I don't know dick about cars because I'm only a man with meat. I'm not a man with machines. So I can't be expected to fucking know what's going on. All I know is it's whining and it's yelling at me, and holy God. So here's what I do. This is my extent of my car knowledge. Because when I was a kid, we had shitty cars, my mom did when we were growing up. So my mom would keep the car in park, and she would put the fucking gas to the floor and rev it as much as she could. And that was the way to get your idle down. Because if your car was idling high in the winter, you would just fucking, and then and then the idle would come down. So, I hoped that would have some sort of effect on my newfangled car with its fancy computer in there showing me porn clips on my GPS screen. And so, in my parking lot, I threw it in park, and it was going, and I was like, all right, and I floored it, and it went, like, I mean, you remember that wood chipper I mentioned? It sounded like an infant had wandered into it. I mean, it was just so loud and brutal and aggressive. And here's how loud and brutal and aggressive it was. Two of my neighbors came out to see what was wrong. That's how my car sounded. Because it sounded like my car was going to explode. And they walked out and they looked and they're like, oh man, you better get that checked. And I'm like, yeah, you think? And why am I mean to them? They're just trying to help, but I'm so fucking pissed. So I have to go to work. So I put the car in drive, and I start to drive, and it just goes, and I know, I tell you this, I don't know machines, and I don't know how to fix them, but I did know, once I started to drive, I knew what was wrong with my car. I knew it was the power steering. Because when I would turn, it would make this high-pitched, I mean, it's not even, I can't even describe it. It sounded like a robot getting fucked. I mean, it was like so bad. Literally, it sounded like if fucking Chewbacca raped C-3PO. That's what it sounds like. And you're probably thinking, well, no, C-3PO, A, was gay and he would enjoy that. No, nobody enjoys rape. It's about violence, not about sex. And also, B, well, C-3PO has an English accent. Is that what your car sounded like? And I say to you, fuck off. All right? Run with my analogy. If only because now you have the image of Chewbacca raping C-3PO in your head. Oh, dear. All right, so my car is, I drive, and it's like, it's going, it sounds awful. It sounds like I have a lightsaber in my car. That's what it sounds like. Let's keep it the Star Wars thing. I work all night, and every time I back up, it's worse. It's just worse. It gets worse and worse all night long, and I'm like, oh my God. And finally, thank God it was a short shift. I head home. I parked the car morning I have an appointment with my therapist at 9, and I have to work a double, and I'm like, well, can I get one more day? I wake up in the morning, I start the car. It's louder than it was the night before. And now when I back out, it's not just whining. It sounds like there's something trapped in it, in the wood chipper. At this point, you know what? At this point, I'm waiting for the girl from The Ring to climb out from under the hood. It's that fucking bad. And now when I drive to my therapy appointment, I go to turn, and the car, it catches the wheel, catches it, won't turn smoothly. I have to take two hands and like steering the Titanic. I have to use it to steer my fucking car. And I drive and I get to my therapist's office at like 8:54. My appointment's at 9. I hit the red button to say, hey, the crazy person's here. And I grab my phone and I text Melvin and I go, I apologize. I don't think I'm special. I know it's your day off. And I sound so defeated in the text. I know I do. I think it was all in lowercase. I practically typed sigh. It was just, and I said, it's making the worst noise. It sounds like an infant caught in a wood chipper. And the funny thing is, like, and I genuinely thought that's what it sounded like. Like if an infant were caught in a wood chipper, it would sound like this thing in my car. But real people don't want to read that. They don't want to have any fucking touchstone that you know what an infant in a wood chipper sounds like. But I didn't fucking care at that point. I'm just like sending it off because I'm over it. I just wanted to take a photo of myself with my hands in the air and text it to him, and he would go bring the car in. Like literally, it's that fucking bad. I said, I work a double today and a double tomorrow, and I have to bring the car in today. And I need a loaner, like no questions asked. I just need to do this now. I have an appointment till 10. I'll check the phone when I'm out. And I went in and I had my therapy session, which went well. And I walked out and I checked my phone and he's like, loaner's waiting. Come in when you can. Once again, Melvin has squeezed me to his efficient bosom and rocked me to sleep. I get in the car. It's fucking whining. I stop at my house, I grab some stuff, and then I go, man, and I even wrote to him, I don't even know if I'm going to make it to you. And I get in the car and I drive, because he's about 5 miles from my house, and I'm driving, and then every time I turn, I have to fucking, and thank God I'm vascular, and thank the Lord I'm yoked, because I just grabbed the wheel and I'm fucking twisting it, and if I wasn't that strong, if I wasn't vascular and yoked, if I was just vascular, it doesn't work. If I'm just yoked, it doesn't happen. I don't get there, but vascular and yoked, boom. I'm vascular and yoked. Finally get to the dealership. And I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. At that fucking point, I figured I was going to get there, open the car door, and the Murano was just going to fall apart like the fucking Bluesmobile. Honestly, I just thought I was going to get out and the car was just going to fall into a pile of metal and plastic and rubble and an infant and blood and wood chipper blades. And I was just going to have to take off my pork pie hat and look at it and just stare, sadly. With my briefcase handcuffed to my wrist. I was going to have to stare at the fucking pile of rubble that used to be my car and go upstairs and give Steven Spielberg a check. Which I would, of course, have to write on a discarded page from the Penny Saver. Now, I get out, and I must have looked just sad. I'm just wandering around. I'm like, was Melvin here? I'm like so terribly sad. And he comes out and he's like, what's up? And I go, dude, I'm going to start it and you tell me. And I started it and he looked and he goes, oh. And I go, yeah, that's not a good noise, right? And he goes, no. And I go, no, I mean the one you just made, the oh. And he goes, no, that's not a good noise either. And I'm like, dude, I mean, what if I put like $4,000 in this car in the past 2 months? I go, I'm 2 payments away from being done. And he goes, I know, I'm sorry. And I go, Christ. And I go, it's got to be the power steering, right? I go, that's what it sounds like to me. And then I go, now it's catching. You can't steer it. And he goes, yeah. He goes, I don't know what it could be. I go, well, didn't you check the fluids and the oils? I go, because I was going to just put fluid in it today, but I don't know if that's going to work. And I don't know if there's a leak, but I didn't see anything leaking. And he goes, no, you know what? The service guys will take a look at it. And I go, all right. I go, well, what's the deal? And he goes, well, here's your loaner. I go, fine. I go, but dude, I just want my car back. Is it going to be fixed? And he goes, dude, I'll take care of it. I promise. I said, I know, but this is just, I've just put so much fucking money. I go, dude, don't kill me here. Literally, don't kill me. You know where I'm at. I've told you. Because I told him I first brought it in, when my butler left, I'm like, dude, you know, I'm solo and I need my car to make a living now. And if it doesn't happen, I'm fucked. I go, I I don't couch things. I mean, I fucking, as you know, I just fucking blatantly say it. So I go, dude, I will be fucked if anything happens to my car. I have to baby the shit out of it. So do me a favor, don't bend me over and take care of me here. And he's like, I will. So ever since I've come in with the struts and the fucking fuel pump and I mean, all of it, I'm just getting boned. And he's like, we'll figure it out. I said, all right. So I took the loaner and I went and worked fucking double shift. And the thing is, the loaner's gorgeous. It's a 2014 Murano, but it doesn't have fucking XM radio and it doesn't have a GPS. Two things I desperately fucking need. So I'm driving in the car. Not only do I have to listen to fucking local radio with all of its commercials, but I can't dial up fucking Riley Steele and Jesse Jane giving a fucking head on my goddamn GPS screen. Why? Why can't I get porn clips in this car? This is no kind of loaner. So I drive it at work. I get out of the car. This is a Murano loaner, 2014. I get out of the car and I close the door. And the fucking silver trim just falls right off the goddamn door. Falls out. I'm just staring at it. Literally, my Blues Brothers prophecy is coming true. And now I realize it's not the cars, it's me. I'm Schleprock. Everything I touch is fucking falling apart. They used to call me Schleprock. I had a fucking thing. It's a long story by year 1 or year 2 or whatever the fuck it was. But I was Schleprock. But now I am goddamn Schleprock because I'm touching shit and it's just crumbling to the fucking ground. And I'm standing there I just stare at it and I don't know what to do. I'm just staring at this fucking 3.5 foot silver hunk of plastic at my feet. And I'm like, fuck me. God damn it. So you know what I did? I picked it up. I wielded it like a goddamn sword. I just threw it in the car and I drove right to the dealership. I just went. Because I had nowhere else to go. I got to go you know what? I got to talk to my dad. Melvin. So I pull in, and he comes walking out. He looks at me, and he goes, what the hell are you doing here? And I go, take a look in the back seat. And I get out, and I just pull out this giant hunk, and I go, I didn't do this. And he goes, it's okay. And I go, no, I didn't do this. We checked all the damage before I split, and it was fine. I closed the door. It fell off at my feet. It just landed at my feet. Melvin, I don't know how to explain it. And he goes, it's okay. We'll take care of it. So he sends it to the back. He goes, when do you got to be back to work? I go, about 45 minutes. He goes, no, they'll fix it. So he sends the loaner to the back. And I'm standing there like a dumbass. Now I'm a man without a country, a man without a car. It's fucking awful. And he looks at me and he just goes, man, tough day. And I go, tough month, tough fucking 3 months. And then the guy who rented me the car comes up and he goes, hey, why are you here? And I go, my loaner had a thing. And he goes, well, wait, did you bring the car back? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh my God. He goes, the last person who had it left a cap and gown in the back. I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, where is it? And I go, they're fixing it. He goes, are they bringing it back? I go, yeah. So they bring it back out, and Noah's like, get out of here. I go, yeah, but dude, I didn't do that. Do you need me to sign anything? He goes, get out of here. Go, just don't worry about it. He probably doesn't want me to infect the other cars on the lot. You know, I have some sort of weird car leprosy where I'm just fucking everything up. I'm the driving dead. So fucking the guy walks up and he goes, wait, before you go. And he goes, pop the hatch. So I open it up and he looks here. And some guy left his graduation cap and gown in the back. And I'm like, I'm glad the guy took that because now he's never going to get a job in the private sector because I was in contact with it. And I fucking bailed. So I drove all Monday night and I didn't hear from him. And then yesterday, all day Tuesday, I drove my double at the beach at Venice. And I didn't hear from him. And then finally at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I texted him and I said, any word on my death trap? And he texts me back right away and he just writes, it's a hose. I ordered it, should have it tomorrow. I'm taking care of the cost. And it'll be ready by 10 a.m.
Wow.
So shines a good deed in a weary world. Because as we know, my gobstopper is anything but everlasting. And I texted him and I wrote, that's amazing. I said, you don't have to do that, Melvin. I wasn't whining. I'm just screwing around. And he goes, I know, but I'm able to. Don't worry. I'll see you in the morning. And on the way to the show today, I stopped in, picked the car. And he goes, they're bringing it around. And I said, well, how much is this? He goes, don't worry about it. I covered it. And I go, well, what was it? He goes, it was a hose and, your hoses, some need to be changed, some are fine, but the thing is you just never know when it's going to happen. And this hose cracked and all of the fluid leaked out. And he goes, and that's what it was. It was the power steering fluid and it was a hose. And so we flushed it all. We put new fluid in, we put new hoses in, and we took care of it. And I said, dude, you don't have to do that. I go, I'm happy to pay. I go, I'm not happy to pay, but I understand that I have to pay. And he goes, we owe you. He goes, you just keep coming back.
Oh my god.
And I just wish I'd seen the look on my face for him to say that phrase to me, because I must have just looked so utterly fucking amazed and defeated at the same time. Hand on my shoulder, you just keep coming back. You guys can get me at Mike at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend at Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me on Twitter at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. David Hernandez does all of the music and the artwork for this show. He's amazing. He's a Renaissance man. He is my great friend. And if you want to be his friend, go to Facebook.com/DavidMaxHernandez. And you can also commission him to do artwork for you, as many of you are doing, which is great. Thank you so much. Artbydmh.com, ARTBYDMH.com is his website. Go there, look at the stuff that he can offer you, and think of things that you would like to have him offer you. And then you can contact him, and he can go ahead and do that for you. And everyone's happy, and he gets paid, and you get some fantastic artwork. And I don't think he's writing songs for anybody just yet, but who knows? Couldn't hurt to ask, right? Money talks. Money sings. So go ahead and write it to him, and we'll see if he can make that work for you. The producer of this show is the amazing Lily Von Stupp. I am here in her kitchen. She's the best. And you can find her at Facebook.com/Lily Von Stupp and be her friend. You can follow her at several different Twitter accounts. That's Twitter.com/Lily Von Stupp, Twitter.com/MNTs, and Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out just how tired she is of Ron Jeremy, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Number 23.
Bravo, termite! I am Yeep, herald to Thorgar, hell's most ferocious torturer, barbarous soldier of Abaddon. We...
Take a number.
A number? Such insolence! Thorgar will enjoy flaying the skin from your back with his fanged whip, bathing in your...
Look, I own this deli. You want to eat, you got to take a number.
You dare! Very well, Thorgar.
24. 25. 26. 26.
Right here. I am Yeep, herald to Thorgar! The foul one requires nourishment. Fetch him the head of a virgin hog, its jowls stuffed with the entrails of aborted infants, whose unheard screams of misery provide extra sustenance for the long journey ahead.
Look, we got sandwiches or soup.
Enough! We tire of these delays! Know that your impertinence has ensured that all who bear the name Schlotsky are doomed to an afterlife of violation in the ash pits of Thorgar's dominion! Fire imps will be set loose in the ears of all in your bloodline, eating their way through the brains of the accused! Male Schlotskys will have their cocks devoured by spider mites, while the females will be used as eternal breeders, all of their holes constantly filled with the seed of hell's most terrifying brutes! Their agony will be our triumph, as the unholy monsters who continually fall from their diseased uteri will ultimately follow Thorgar into heaven and slay God himself! From this day forth, all of hell's demons will carry the name Schlotsky! Your fate is sealed! Yes, I believe I saw Blimpy's one block over, Thorgar. We could stop there on the way to the... Yes.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Tease every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is a fantastic show, the best burlesque show in the history of Los Angeles, certainly the hottest, absolutely the most well-attended, and my favorite burlesque show in the city of Los Angeles. And it is run by the producer of this show and my great friend. Her name is Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily. How are you?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Here enjoying some jelly beans.
Enjoying's probably not strong enough of a word if you were to ask me. I would think savoring would be the word I would use, as you all show long taunted me by eating them. Thank you. That's very nice of you. I do appreciate it. The Monday Night Tease is your fantastic show.
Yes, it is.
And oftentimes you will actually have free candy for the guests there. They get jelly beans, don't they? Some of those people on certain holidays.
Only at the
The Prince show it was. That's what it was. Oh, that's the Time show. Chili sauce. Fantastic. Well, how was the show this week? You had the Madonna tribute, the big Madonna burlesque show.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Lux Lacroix and Tito Benito tearing the house down, I heard.
Oh my God, they did a full-on Vogue off that was just fucking phenomenal.
And they used the space. There was a sheet and shadows and all that fun stuff.
Shadow dancing and then a full-on Vogue off on the stage.
Lux Lacroix is amazing. She's an amazing dancer.
She's incredible.
Yeah, she tours with any number of acts, Beyonce and all those
She's in
people.
New York right now.
Okay, doing.
So if you're in New York and you're looking for burlesque, she's gonna be with Bushwhack and at the Slipper Room and a bunch Dead Sexy and all of them. She does them all. So
Lux
look her up.
Lacroix, Lux, and then Lacroix. Go ahead and find her. She's the best. But Lily throws her up on the stage whenever she's here in town, and it's so great. Go to the Monday Night Teas and check it out. If you go to facebook.com/Monday Night Teas, you can become a member on that page and find out about all of the upcoming shows and all the interesting stuff that they have coming there. All of the tickets for the upcoming Monday Night Teas are available at brownpapertickets.com. So go ahead and get tickets for the upcoming shows. Who's coming up this week on the Monday Night Teas?
We do have a show. It's Memorial Day. Micah Cover is hosting.
I like Micah. He's a good guy, magician, does a great job.
Yeah, we got. Trying to think who else performing. Holly Rocket, Carmel Knowledge, Bella Luna's singing. God, I can't remember. There's a bunch of great people.
Is it a
Tom
theme
Hopkins.
show for Memorial Day? Is there like a Bring Our Boys Back Home or any of that nonsense?
Nah.
It's just people getting naked.
It's just an awesome, great, entertainment-filled show.
Magic and singing and nudity, and that is the best.
Yep.
And not necessarily in that order,
Yep.
which is perfect. And also, let's plug this. Let's talk about Lily. She has the Burlesque Podcast, and that is available. Go to burlesquepodcast.com,
Yes, it is.
and you will find all of the archives there. Are we back up on iTunes?
Not yet, and I can't figure out why.
Still haggling back and forth with Tim Cook, and once he and you are squared away.
I think it's my WordPress. I think there's something that's. I haven't had time to look at it again.
Okay, well, you are very busy, lady, particularly on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And also by drawing me a diagram for her to keep my head during the show, even though I ignore it. But yeah, so go to burlesquepodcast.com and check out all of the archives, and there will be upcoming future new episodes, I would imagine.
Yes.
And you get to hear the other side of Lily, get to hear her on the microphone, get to hear her actually having a discussion and talking and not having to put together with a jackass. She talks to very interesting people about an art that she loves, so go ahead and check it out. I do, and I think it's great. In addition to that, I want to talk about this for just a second. Let's talk about a website that you had and have up called signmyboobs.com. And you can go see Lily and Gene Simmons and Lily and any number of celebrities and her breasts. So people...
Jeremy, in fact.
Well, yeah, it's funny. It's funny you would mention that. Ron Jeremy. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, so Lily met people, and then they signed her tits, and then it's at signmyboobs.com, which, you know what's funny? That seems like if someone wanted that, like you could make a lot of money if you were to offer it to somebody. Like they would, like it just seems like this type of website that should be a fully functioning, larger porn
Well, I
site.
made a lot of money off of it back before Google decided it was an adult website.
I see.
So people would come in looking for celebrity stuff and then leave clicking on Google ads. So I mean,
Right.
I was making decent living with it.
I see.
But
And then they changed it up.
yeah.
Too bad. But go to signmyboobs.com right now, and you'll see Lily and her boobs, and you'll see signatures, and all of those together. I would say never the twain shall meet, but always the twain shall meet. So go to signmyboobs.com and check out our friend Lily and all of her celebrity friends. And there's some Lily with short hair, and I think there's Lily with long hair in some of them as well. It's just all the multifaceted... yeah, Lily with pink hair. So it's all the different Lilies that are available to you. Is Poker Chip Lily on there? I still have Poker Chip Lily at my house. Yeah. So go ahead and check out signmyboobs.com to get a different side of our friend Lily. And if you want, go ahead and listen to the Burlesque Podcast while you're looking at signmyboobs.com and just fucking drown in Lily. It's perfect. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, you can go to the Joe Business page, and there is any number of things on sale. There are, I should say, any number of things on sale. You can donate to the show in the upper left-hand corner for $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, and $25 a month. I will be changing those options coming up. There will be some added, maybe some moved. Who knows? Look, folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I am way behind on stuff because I've been traveling, and then when I come here, I work doubles, and then I come home, and I should be doing stuff, but instead I watch Dragnet and Unwrapped, and then I fall asleep in a chair because I'm old. But this week is I'm off tomorrow, and then I'm off Friday morning. Whatever. It's a hardcore week, so year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and year 5 of this show are available on sale individually right now. Year 6 will also be available by the end of the week, depending on what my friend Ryan can do and all of that stuff, and I have to upload it. It's a whole thing. But if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page, you will see when it is up. Tweakedaudio.com, they support this show. Thank you for supporting them. We appreciate it very much. Artwork is on sale as always. There is for the Life of Schmitty download, the Schmitty Comes Alive download. There is the big Angry CD that I will sign and send to you. One-stop shopping for Mike Schmidt there at the page. And also, please remember we are an Amazon affiliate. So if you click on the pennant on the wall and go through Amazon and shop through us, we get credit for it. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And I've been told by people like Todd Rush that you can create a shortcut. And Erica Elliott, I know, did it, I think, for her work. They create a shortcut, and it kind of works on everybody's computers where when they order stuff, it kind of goes through us no matter what, which is pretty cool. So that's nice. And if anybody has the wherewithal or the technology and they want to do something like that, like our friends Todd and Erica did, then you can do just that, and I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you. But we do appreciate you supporting the show, and there'll be other opportunities for you to do so coming up in the future. I am behind. Clearly, I am way behind, but on the Yurt Dirt Dirt shirt is available. Plenty of them. Oh, my God, plenty of them. So anything and everything is available that you could think of if you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com and go to the Joe Business page. There are changes that come in, and I will be getting stuff up, and I'm behind. So stop yelling at me. I know you are. Don't yell. Stop. I'm supposed to yell. I'm not supposed to yell. Nobody's supposed to yell. No yelling. That's a new rule. No yelling. I'm going to throw this out there just because I'm also going to say this. I don't pretend to know anything about this. But there's a listener to the show named Judd Gilbert, and he and his wife, Nicole, I've met them. Actually, we went to dinner with them, and they came to California, and he's always been really good, and they've both been great supporters of the show. And they have a Facebook page for their company called Critter RX. Critter, CRITTER hyphen RX, which is like for medicine. You know what I mean? Critter RX. And there's a Facebook page for it. And if you guys want to go find it and like it and then maybe share it, that would be kind of cool. I don't know if that really helps them. I guess they're based in Wyoming, and then they dispense medications for prescriptions for animals in Wyoming and Colorado. And so I guess what they're looking for is people to like and share their page. So anyone who knows what to do about animals and medicine, look, dude, again, I'm not pretending that I know what this is, okay? All I know is Judd is a good friend and a listener to the show, and Nicole also supports the show. And all they're trying to do is raise awareness that they have this company called Critter RX. It's on Facebook, and you can Google Critter RX. They make a ton of improvements. They're trying to, they'd like to get new customers to get rocking and rolling, and I have no idea what that means. All I know is if you have a dog and it's sick and you live in Wyoming, look up Critter RX. They can help you out. If you've got a cow and it has mad cow disease and you're in Colorado, then by all means, call Judd Gilbert. He will come to your house with a gun and shoot it and kill it. Well, that seems strong. He'll probably have a pill. Let's go that route. He will bring a pill. So go to Critter RX on Facebook or Google it and try to find it and help our friends Nicole and Judd out, because they were cool people, and they stood in a cupcake line with me once, and they ate tandoori octopus. Look, if I eat tandoori octopus with you, I will plug your Facebook page. That's just the rule for this show, and it has been since year one. And now I'm leaving because I'm starving, because I've been here. I was planning on doing, I told Lily I had a time limit and things I was planning on doing, and the bees, the bees kind of got away from us a bit. So, but now I have to go try to find dinner, and it's late, and there's stuff that I want, but it's going to close because, I don't know if you're aware of this, folks. I've been hungry since I got here, and I had a granola bar, and I had a couple of yogurts, but I'm still hungry. And I got even hungrier watching the producer of this show eat jelly beans in my face, which I didn't quite understand. I don't know why that happened. It seems ridiculous because, folks, let's talk about longing, and let's talk about friendship. And let's talk about the fact that she now has that bag of jelly beans in her hand again, and she continues to eat them in my face, knowing very well that I'm starving, that I'm looking to get out, and I'm hungry. And look, I shouldn't be eating pellets of sugar anyway. But if it's what I have handy, I'd like to cram it into my gullet. And I love jelly beans, and it brings me to a place. It brings me to a place when I was young. And it brings me to... Pardon me?
Here! There's white, yellow, green, and purple left, and I don't like any of them. Have some jelly beans.
Are you serious?
I don't want them. You can have them.
Dude, you do like me. You were just funning around earlier.
Yeah, I was funning.
You do like me. Can I eat the greens first?
You just put like pudding green jelly beans in your mouth.
Maybe I did. Oh man, I said I would never eat on the show, didn't I? I'm sorry, it's just jelly beans, folks. And I mean, it's and not, you know, it's not even jelly beans. I just crammed love into my mouth. That's all I did. I wish I could say it was all about sugar and jelly beans and hunger, but I just crammed love into my mouth. That's exactly what I did, and you heard it. You heard it. You just heard me fucking crunching love in my mouth, God damn it. Oh. You're the best. You're truly, you know what? It's okay that you whipped this bag at my head earlier. I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm all right because look at how it all turned out. I got a mouthful of love. Like Riley Steele. That's right. Just like Riley Steele. You know what? You're the Jesse Jane of jelly beans, and you just fucking jerked off a mouthful of love into Riley Steele's mouth. God damn it. Look at you. Look at me. Look at us. That's a goddamn team with a handful of jelly beans and a mouthful of love. Woo! We need to get to a men's room with these jelly beans immediately. Yeah. Oh my God, there's still more greens. Hold on, there's still more greens. Oh, dude, I can't get them up. This show is not surgical at all. You know what it is? Actually, it's surgery. This show is surgery performed with a helicopter. That's what it is. It's like there's no delicate knife strokes and there's no intricate cuts. It is just a fucking guy getting tossed into a propeller and there's blood and guts and viscera all over the goddamn place. But eventually, we'll get his liver out. It's gonna happen. Look, you can't solve everything in 2.5 hours in a stripper's kitchen, folks. That's clean and sharp.